What's up, everybody? Nam's here. Welcome back to more Zenless Zone Zero. Today, we will maybe, hopefully, finish the main story to this version 2.6 of Zenless Zone Zero. It's something about the Angels of Delusion. We're back after we did some talking. I don't know, man. I was getting distracted doing the Shiyu content and stuff, which, dang, I recorded an amount of that, so I really should have posted it. Also, I just thought, no, I've been playing a bit today, so still though, I'm a bit annoyed. It's still a bit laggy every so often going to a new place, but it seems fine, and it should be fine for now because surely all the cache is cached up. All right, we're watching a rehearsal. We did stop early into this current part of the game. And not much. Oh, not much. I don't know what I'm trying to say. Not much else to do, but get it going.
Belle and I are here, Namgong. Plus, one new audience member.
Oh yeah. For some reason, we didn't tell PubSec that we discovered we have a good idea of who is that rogue AI they were looking for. So, yeah, right, that's the thing that confused me. Unsure why we're keeping that to ourselves. I mean, especially when we just made a brand new intelligent construct friend, you know, who could be infected, you know. And, you know, that would suck. So, you know, I don't get why we kept that. We're just bringing Jane along, you know, slyly. You know, hoping she just, in case anything goes wrong, rather than telling her exactly how we didn't entirely finish our mission, you know?
Hi, I heard your show is happening on the evening of Gilded Carrot Day. Is it still possible to buy tickets?
Good morning. We do have tickets left, but today's a bit special. How about this? Stay and watch our show first, and then decide if you want to buy a ticket.
Oh,
It'd be my pleasure.
Oh, wait, that's not the strat. No. You sell the ticket first. It's nice to have confidence, but sell the ticket. Vesper, who promised to come to the show, also shows up. Wow, that's I don't know, this feels like both a clunky and uninteresting way to say this information. You know what? She could just show up. Like, her little model is about to show up in one of these slots. Like, she's about to replace Jane right now, isn't she? No, she replaces us. I wasn't expecting that one, to be honest. I guess we have nothing important to say, or Jane's about to speak.
Miss Vesper! Ari and Suna are getting ready backstage. Want me to take you to them?
This is... Oh, I didn't expect to run into you here, Miss Vesper.
Oh, she's mildly starstruck. Yeah, I still think that design is really cool looking, man. I wish we had an agent like that. I mean, Banyue was pretty cool. Unfortunately, gameplay is king to me, man. I will love an agent for the design, and I think some of my favorite agents are probably majority design and me just sticking to that. Mainly Coletta. But, dang, I mean, Banyue is really cool, but unfortunately, Itahari really clicked. Which sucks to be him. And then also wanted Alice. So, double sucked to be him. Still, dang, a design like Vesper would be so rad as an agent.
Hello. I'm a huge fan. I heard you're performing at the Gilded Carrot Day lighting ceremony, and you still made time to drop by 6th Street to watch their rehearsal this close to the big night?
You know, I guess I'm not a starstruck person. I'm not a starstruck type of person. I don't think I like any celebrity like that. So I guess I don't know. I guess I know the feeling of, oh, you're that person. That's pretty cool. But I guess I don't know about getting too huge fan about it if someone so shows up. But I don't know. I guess it felt off for me when Wise was all super idolizing of Astra during the 1.5 main story that and how he felt very off from his main personality. I'm still bothered by that. So I guess this feels a bit off for Jane, but I don't know. I don't think we see much Jane since her 1.1 story, which was called Special Episode, right? Yeah.
Yeah, Aria's a very dear friend of mine. Since I can't make it to the show on Gilded Carrot Day, I absolutely had to come to the rehearsal today.
Oh, I see.
Alright, well. Why did the dialogue end? And why do I have to read Belle speaking or thinking again? I hate reading Belle thinking. Just shut up, Belle's thoughts, and just let the game play out. Why does it suddenly feel so tense? And Jane doesn't look like a Vesper fan, so why is she asking about her out of nowhere? Oh, was Jane just putting on an act? Alright, that makes more sense to me. I guess disregard a previous complaint. Maybe she's still searching up. She's being racist and suspicious of any intelligent contract she meets because she knows the mission. Maybe it's because of what happened before, plus Vesper being an intelligent contract that may put Jane on alert. Exactly, it's racism. It's prejudice. She's an intelligent construct, so she probably will go out of control, you know? Boom. Miss Vesper, Arya and Cena have been talking about you non-stop. Let's go surprise them backstage. Oh? I'm allowed backstage? What an honor. Of course. Then we'll excuse ourselves for now. Managers and our lovely new guest, hang tight. The show's about to start. Sensing the strange tension too, Nangong Yu grabs Vesper and heads off first. You're a little bothered by Jane's reaction, so you decide to ask her. You do notice something off, Jane. Is there something wrong with Vesper? Yeah, the way you acted just now wasn't like you at all. Did you notice something off? Or is there something wrong with Vesper? Hey, wait a second, I'm the protagonist. I picked Belle. What are you doing stealing my lines, Wise? Oh, sharp eye, young manager. But being curious about a guest who's about to take the stage at the lighting ceremony performance is only natural. Bro, stop stealing my lines, dude. I'm the protagonist. Me! Get out of here, man! I'm not convinced, but if you thought it was connected to the lighting ceremony, you wouldn't keep it from Belle and me, right? We still have that pup set commission to do. What do you mean, Wise? We completed that commission. You two, always so in sync. Oh, she said that more like you two. That said, what do you mean, you two? He's doing all the talking. I have looked into Vesper, but it's all unproven rumors so far. Besides, I'm just a regular member of the audience right now. Let's just enjoy the show. Soon, the Angels of Delusion get ready to take the stage. The few audience members settle into the best spots they can find, waiting for the show to start. The little angels seem a bit nervous, Perhaps a well-timed bout of cheering will help them loosen up. How about it, manager? Wow! Let's go! Rhythm game! I love rhythm game, man. Did you guys like my video games? I don't know. I had it on Steam. I didn't install it on this computer. Left.
Keep
Dang, that was actually a bit tough. I don't think I missed one, but I definitely only got. No, I think I did miss one during the doubles.
That was an amazing show. I'm honored to have had the chance to watch it.
That was a really
I'm sure
quick show.
tomorrow's real performance will go perfectly.
Sure, man. Why do you say it like that? But yeah, I appreciate that being a bit fast and difficult for someone who doesn't regularly play rhythm games. Last time I really played a rhythm game was Demo on the phone, which was over a decade ago. And unfortunately, I only tried Demo 2 a little bit, which is a shame, because Demo 2 has a really beautiful art style on top of, you know, the normal, really nice music Demo has. So, big recommends to Demo 2 and Demo. Also collabed with Brave Frontier, rest in peace. But yeah, no, it was fun. It reminds Muse Dash is the game I have, and it's still even without getting the big expanded version, I still played it, and you know, good number of songs, and it was very fun. Again, though, I didn't play it too much, and I definitely haven't played it in a long while. I did feel like I was getting a bit early, so maybe I slight my thinking. It's calibrated a bit. It's calibrated a bit off for me, maybe. Because I did feel like I was going a bit earlier than I'd think. Also, I got distracted. Does Vesper have a slight belly button? That's so weird.
Thank you, Miss Vesper.
As for the dance moves earlier, I've got a few notes. Nangong, if you don't mind, I'll come find you after you're done talking. Sound good?
Okay.
Tomorrow's gonna be smooth sailing. Gotta jinx it.
I think your performance was amazing. Tomorrow's show is totally gonna go great.
Time sure flies. If Belle hadn't said anything, I'd have totally missed that Gilded Carrot Day is tomorrow.
We'll make the most of the time we have left and keep practicing.
Cecilia hesitates, glancing at Arya, who turns her head away to avoid her gaze, leaving Cecilia unsure whether to speak.
Miss Cecilia?
It's nothing.
Uh-huh, sure, man.
If there's anything you want to comment on, please just be direct. Guessing what humans are thinking has never been my strong suit.
I think your singing and dancing are great. It's just that...
Just very purple eyes.
It's just that my emotional control on stage isn't strong enough, which made it feel less engaging.
Arya suddenly drops the projection.
Intelligent constructs can feel sad and discouraged too.
Aww. The robot feels... disgusting. Sorry. Well, yeah, I thought her voice was supposed to have like a, you know, the typical robotic, you know, voice modulation editing they put on like the other agents like Billy and Banyue. But no, I mean, it makes sense. If she can sing normally and sound like a normal human, then it makes sense that her robot form would just have the same voice.
For an intelligent construct, managing emotions, performing happiness, it's not as simple as you think.
I am curious about the normal mouth sort of thing on her face. I guess her face isn't metal at all, you're right? It's like some type of, you know, plastic or silicone or rubber, right? And so she can just move her mouth, even though she's a robot.
Arya, why would you say something like that? We never thought that. Sorry, I shouldn't have said that. It's just... there have been so many conflicting data streams lately, piling up with that anomaly signal. Everything weighs so heavily in my logic core. My processing slows down, my joints lag. I can't deliver my best performance. I'm really sorry.
Arya, if something something's wrong, you can tell me. Tell us. We can deal with it together.
Really? I only wish I could forget as easily as humans do. Everything from before I woke up and that time I sang with someone else's voice. Those memories keep haunting me.
Oh, but Arya does not dream nightmares. Well, how could that happen?
Humans, is it really so hard for you to understand an echo that lingers?
I'm guessing she's been hacked. She's being hacked. She is virusing up. She's about to go berserker mode.
Especially after all these years. Having changed your appearance and voice. Lady Cersei? Arya, I feel kinda stuffy. Can you come outside with me for a bit?
I mean, if you're stuffy, then why don't you go outside alone?
Sorry, I need some time to handle my own emotions. If you're willing to believe, intelligent constructs can also be overwhelmed by emotions.
Arya runs out of the studio alone. I don't like that last frontline read. If you can also believe that intelligent constructs can also be... If you're willing to believe intelligent constructs can also be overwhelmed by emotions. I don't know. Something about that line just feels weird.
Suna, let's give Arya a little time alone. I'll go talk to her later. She's upset because of me. And honestly, I should have told her the truth long ago.
That's not it. Arya's sick. Like, totally radical, dude.
That's not it. Or at least, it's not all Ms. Cecilia's fault.
But some of it
Ever
is.
since Arya came back from Lemnian Hollow, she's been... sick.
Yeah. Belle and I are trying to find a way to deal with that virus.
Oh, she got that virus.
Then I guess the girls should each do some solo practice for now.
No, also, Vesper, you've been in the proximity, so you're probably infected.
Nangong, Suna, maybe we can go over that choreo from earlier.
Ooh, I love Oreos.
Okay. Weird. Where did Arya go? Did she go out for some fresh air?
I mean, could I get behind her before? No, probably. Also, yeah, the robot has a butt for some reason. Alright, so this is like the perfect angle where neither of them looks at me. Can I... Yeah, that's nice. Oh, there it is. That's nice. Hold on. I like how white that makes it look. I really like this filter on the mark on her leg. It really made it vibrant out and darkening the darker sort of magenta maroon color, red. It even blends in black and white, so it's interesting how is that cool. And makes it makes it pop quite a bit. It completely disappears in orange rhythm, which is pretty interesting. Anyway, cool design. And they have nothing to say to me. Awesome. Oh, sorry, I'm stepping all over your cowl, cape. You know that part. Sorry, try not to sniffle. Get too close to the mic. Oh, she's worried. Well, you should have said something, huh? She has a little fishy tail. That's very cool. A very strange, not normal fish tail, though. She's more like a sea dragon, a fake fish person, as in like an imaginary thing, rather than like most sirens just being real animals. So I guess you can be a bit mythological if she's based off of any actual sea creature at all. And that'd be kind of interesting, but I'm doubting it. Have you seen Arya? Where did she run off to? I'll go find her. Just as they're about to go look for Arya, Suna comes rushing over in a panic, waving her phone. Miss Cecilia, my manager, I saw this post. Intel, a contract attacked someone, and it happened inside a hollow. We saw with our own eyes, right there at the Illuminated Hollow. A contract that looked totally normal just went berserk and attacked someone. This frail young lady didn't stand a chance. I'm afraid things aren't looking good for her. I was hiding nearby, practically glued to the ground, until I couldn't hear a sound anymore. Then I scrambled out of there for dear life. My hands are still shaking, and that thing's probably still lurking somewhere. So everyone, please stay away from here. I've been hearing rumors that there's been multiple contract rampages cases in the city too. Looks like it wasn't just talk. Everyone better watch their back. Those contracts around us might seem friendly enough, but who knows what kind of commands they're running in their logic cores. That's crazy, man. That's crazy. This is actually the plot to Zootopia. What? And Zootopia is crazy. I think Zootopia is fine. Just don't try to take it too hard as a race allegory. Because that falters as soon as you realize they really are very, very physically different by birth. Oh, geez. Blew my nose and drank some water, but then I got stuck staring at the ceiling because I swore I saw like a smiley face up there. I'm losing it, guys. Anyone there? I'm at the scene. OP, don't spread rumors. What? Wait, also, why does this pic have... I'm at the scene? First off, we are within a we are within a building on 6th Street right now. So that's part of it. I think they meant was? Excuse me. Anyway, yeah. Kind of funny about the you know, Zootopia basically doing that thing. Predators are going berserk because of some outside force making them go crazy. Okay, so I need to do that. It's still weird why it says I'm at the scene when it should be like I was, right? No one's gonna believe that message. The person getting attacked in the photo was me, but I wasn't. It wasn't Arya who attacked me. It was those two corrupted contracts. The manager knows. Something saw what happened, then lied and said my contract friend went haywire and attacked me. Someone's spreading rumor about Arya? Wait, no, this is probably targeting all contract citizens. Wow. I can't believe the mayor who was a sheep lied. She was a wolf in sheepskin. She was... I guess maybe that is the pun for the villain of Zootopia 1. She really was a wolf in sheep's clothing. No, I don't think that actually works. She was betraying a specific group for her own gain. Arya's in serious trouble. We gotta find her fast. That internet post just now, it had another viewer. At the edge of the stage, behind the curtains, Arya stands, filled with panic.
So it was caught on camera. There's nothing I can really deny.
That's so sad.
My kind really are dangerous constructs, and I'm no different from any of them.
Dang it. She believed wholeheartedly all the racist messaging. That is so sad.
Wishing Sprite, are you there?
Present. You poor thing. If something's on your mind, just tell me.
I feel like you're somehow different from before. But for an intelligent construct like me, I guess it's only natural that the previous Wishing Sprite would abandon me.
So you actually noticed, huh? It's okay. If it hadn't left you, how else would I have gotten the chance to become your new Wishing Sprite? Just listen to my advice. It'll be a lot more useful than what you got before.
Uh-huh. So I'm pretty proud and confident the original one was fairy, right? But I'm pretty sure that it depends on how long ago we were. Right? Because fairy only woke up with us. So then she gets set up around season 1. At one point, does she become a Wishing Sprite? Because it really feels like they're pushing it towards fairy being the Wishing Sprite originally. And then she toned herself down because Pupsick was around. Or something like that.
Does a construct who can't even control her own logic core really deserve to have such sparkling delusions?
Oh, don't you understand, Arya? The reason you can't get what you want isn't because of your own weakness, but because of the prejudice you face as a construct.
That's so sad. Racism is keeping you down.
Prejudice?
Think about it carefully, Arya. You're a construct. As long as your logic core keeps running, you can have a nearly endless life.
Oh, dang, that's pretty cool.
You're stronger than humans, more precise, more intelligent. You should be taking the lead role.
True. Now, he's starting to make sense. I'm not sure.
Nangong and Suna already handed me the lead. It's me. I couldn't live up to their expectations.
You fool. Fine then, I'll spell out the answer you so desperately sought. On the path you wish to pursue, you are destined to be nothing but a failure.
Dang, that's so evil. That's so mean of him. He was being so mean. He made the sad music turn into dun 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 dun. That type of music.
I knew it.
Delusions. As a construct, the fastest way to influence human emotions is to open fire on them.
I'm not sure about the fastest, but it is pretty dang fast.
What? No!
If you want to try a different approach, when it comes to igniting emotions and spreading inspiration, what advantage do you have over humans? You have no beating heart, no warmth in your body, no trembling voice, no tears spiraling out of control.
Well, she tries to be. They're digital, but they're there.
I don't have those.
The vulnerability, authenticity, imperfection of human idols. You don't have any of that.
No.
You're just a fancier performance machine, destined to never resonate with a human audience.
That is so sad. Do they like that? I feel like idol fans probably think they are very perfect.
I can't do it.
And unlike those soft, harmless human girls, that uncontrollable logic core of yours is gonna cause trouble for your friends sooner or later.
I can't.
Stop wasting your processing power on trivial things like emotions. You've turned your back on the path of constructs. You might as well fall into eternal slumber.
Slumber is fine. Constructs shouldn't harbor delusions, and they certainly have nothing to do with angels. I should have walked away a long time ago. Thanks for the final advice.
Why did she sniffle? Why did she sniffle? She's a robot. What happened there? I'm sorry. I'm getting distracted from this very emotional scene. Plagued with aimless doubt, she's about to fall into dark, sweet dream.
But you've still got one last use. The human that Fairy cares about seems to be over there. Thank you for your help, dear AHOLO type intelligent tactical construct.
Beat us
Good
up.
night. Sweet dreams.
Break my legs. Break my legs. Break my legs. That was kind of funny. Hold on, I'll listen to it again. The despairing construct once again awakens. But this time, she raises her weapon at the companions she once protected. That's a good thing I got Jane here. Oh man, that's crazy. You know, they should have made this loading screen happen a bit earlier.
Evacuate everyone immediately. Leave this to me. Suna, watch out. You head back first.
I can't! Arya's still here!
Ow, she hit me.
Wake up!
Such touching friendship.
Calibrating.
Okay.
Blade unleashed.
Man, you can sort of just spam dodges with her, can't you? You can still get hit easily. She has this too. I couldn't shut it down.
Careful. I bite.
Wow, I couldn't move away.
Oh, I can't. Arya, I heard her.
Alright.
Really?
Beat her up.
Suna, thank goodness I didn't hurt you. Never again.
No, I mean that was a fun encounter, and the voice lines didn't feel too easy to.
She's already lost control under that intelligent entity's influence. It's just like the previous incidents.
It didn't feel too easy to, you know, override the tech that was happening during the fight, which is unfortunately something to praise. But it was fun. Her animations are pretty fine. I'm getting kind of sick of the pause and be forced to do this parry combo in the middle of a fight. They're doing it way too often, and I'm already kind of bored of it. 2 enemies in, of course. Yeah, 2 enemies in. Because the third one hasn't appeared yet, officially, in my canon. Yeah. It was fun to play Jane. Jane is fun. I really wish I could get her. I can't believe I am M1 on every standard agent I pulled. And the only reason I have an M3 is because I used 2 selectors. And I just wish I could get those tickets because I really would like a Jane. And, you know, gosh, it's going to be so cringe because by the time I could get an M2 Jane, it's totally like way after her prime, you know, which is mega lame. Anyway, cool encounter. It was nice to use up that arena. I'm not sure. It looked a bit bigger than it was before. They clearly cleared things out, and I think some things weren't on the wall. But yeah, they obviously, and you know, graciously got rid of any objects that could get annoying. Though I guess the more fun thing would be to have those be completely breakable. You know, I think that would be a bit more immersive and I think a bit funnier, but it is still fine the way it is. Cool to have out of hollow combat situations.
I'm taking her with me. Once the investigation's done, and if she gets her mind back and passes the forbidden fruit test again, I'll bring her right back.
What? But... No.
Miss Team Leader?
I like that confident no. Let's see.
If I'm not mistaken, you came here today for Arya, didn't you?
Oh? What makes you say that?
You didn't seem very interested in our performance. But the moment Arya reacted, you look like you'd been expecting it. Taking that earlier post into account, plus your comment that Arya's situation is just like previous cases, it seems you were already informed and came prepared to prevent anything unexpected.
Wow, what a deduction. I never noticed Jane had a tie for some reason. She definitely had something there, but I didn't register it as a tie. I'm only noting it now because there's at least 3 people in this conversation with a tie, and one of them isn't one of the Angels of Delusion.
And sure, something unexpected happened, but Arya can't even move right now. We just want to keep her safe, and that isn't exactly unreasonable, is it?
Alright, but she's gonna do this thing called keeping her safe from the public because she's part of the security. Why the heck does she have stab on her jacket?
Nangong, calm down.
Let me be clear. I have nothing against Arya. But this case is serious. It's not even within my authority. I just need to make sure it stays under control.
Well, alright, you can't tell it's not under your authority. And also, you're part of the police? What do you mean it's not under your authority, Rover? Call for backup.
Right. Wise and I only got dragged into this because of that client. If we can reach him, it might still be possible to turn things around. We can't make things harder for Jane, but we can at least make sure Nangong and Suna know what's happening. Or at the very least, we need to wake Arya up.
Okay, you lock eyes with Wise. I don't want to make a joke. That'd get weird. And he subtly raises his phone to show you. Ayo, from what's on the screen, he's already contacted Fairy. She's the main assistant.
Calm everyone down first.
Hey, you're about to out Jane's identity?
Sorry. I only dragged Jane along because I was scared yokai might actually do something crazy.
Who the heck is
I didn't tell
yokai?
you everything because I had no idea how to talk to Arya.
Oh, that sounds like your fault, Belle.
And Jane's suggestion just now, she was just doing her job. That's all. Let's all take a breath. There's gotta be another way.
Manager, I think you misunderstood. Exactly. If Arya was taken over because she'd been too down lately, or because something went wrong with her logic core, then Suna, Miss Cecilia, and I all share the blame.
Oh, okay, so everyone here sucks, except Jane.
But none of you did anything wrong.
Alright, don't be so sure.
We've always trusted your intentions.
You,
Besides,
I mean,
if Miss Jane hadn't been here today, we probably wouldn't have been able to keep Arya under control with just the 2 of us.
to be fair, your kit isn't in the game yet, so you didn't do anything.
I see Miss Team Leader has thought it through,
No.
No, she has not thought it through.
Until you tell us what could happen next, Suna and I won't agree to you taking Arya away.
Well, she could wake up and start beating everyone up again. So that's what could happen next. So we put her nicely and neatly into a little cell, maybe take out her battery, wherever that could be. Knowing this game, probably nowhere good.
Even if she might put the safety of 6th Street's residents at risk? Little friends, that intelligent entity's capabilities are beyond anything you can imagine. This isn't some obstacle you can overcome with friendship.
Yeah, have you considered Seed is dead, man? I don't know why that was relevant, but you know. Bad things can happen, and there are consequences to things that happen. I feel like they will overpower it with the power of friendship, though, and I guess see it as a good example of outdoing the programming because he says so. Well, yeah, he outdid the programming because he wanted to, but he didn't outlive the consequences to it.
But that also means it's beyond your ability to control, right?
No.
I've already looked into it. Every construct that went out of control with that distinctive purple glow in their eyes all recovered on their own. Public security has never given a clear explanation.
Oh, what? I mean, they're all okay? Is that what's happening?
That's right!
I mean, I guess if you hear rumors like that, it's good to look into it if you have a intelligent construct friend.
Miss Jane, you didn't mention what happened to those previous victims afterward, and you didn't give us any detailed information about that intelligent entity either. If you can't even figure out the target who started all this, then your investigation would be what? Taking Aria apart, scanning her code, and digging through her memories just to make sure she doesn't lose control again?
Yes, and?
How is that any different from murder?
Oh, because she can be put back together, I think.
By the rules. In New Eridu, no one has the right to do that to an intelligent construct who's passed the Forbidden Fruit test and holds citizen status.
Oh, dang it. Laws.
If it really comes to that, it'll only be because we've judged every other option to lead to even worse consequences.
Yeah, alright, fine. Gosh. Human rights and whatever.
But you heard Aria's last words. She never meant to hurt anyone.
Okay, and?
Besides, after fighting off the intelligent entity's influence as long as she could, she chose to fall into slumber instead. Doesn't that prove she meant no harm?
What do you mean? What do you mean you chose to fall into slumber, man? I mean, how do you know that? She could just be wired out, man. She could be overheated. Something could have been wrong, man. The the entity could have made her fall into slumber, dude. You don't know that.
Your read on Aria was spot on. But I have to reiterate, Yokai's abilities are not as simple as you think.
Crash is here. I don't think it was too loud, though.
So that intelligent entity called Yokai and Aria's wishing sprite are the same?
Oh, is that what she said?
Your read on Aria was spot on. But I have to reiterate, Yokai's abilities are not as simple as you think.
That's not what she said at all. What do you mean? How did you get to that conclusion? Wait, I'm lost.
I don't know what this wishing sprite you're talking about is.
I do, and I'm just thinking why she got to that conclusion. I mean, I should get to that conclusion. Belle, come on, I don't think she's dumb enough to not have gotten there herself, but...
I don't think so at all. Their tone was totally different, and what they said to Aria was completely different too.
Just as the standoff drags on. Holy crap, drags on? Dragon? Dragon Dragoon? What? Jane receives a special notification. She gives everyone an apologetic gesture. Then, under Nangong and Suna's wary gazes, lights up her screen and quickly skims the message.
All right, little friends. Someone, somehow, changed that anonymous client's mind. He suggested I consider your proposal.
What the heck did we say to him? What the heck did Fairy say to him?
What do you mean? Are you saying you're not going to take Aria away?
But that doesn't mean I'm leaving her be. The client said the manager's intelligent entity assistant claims it can let Aria hear the outside world again, even in her self-isolated state. If you can wake her up and convince me she isn't a threat, I won't take her away.
Oh, how nice. Thank you, Fairy.
Fairy actually managed to get in touch
Oh.
with that client, and even promised to help Suna and Nangong wake Aria up.
Wow.
Looks like Fairy's potential is definitely worth exploring.
Wow. Shut up, Belle. What a nice expositing line of, hey, in case you missed what happened here, reader.
Great. Then let's head back to the video store now.
Okay. Thank you, Miss Jane.
No need to thank me. Save it for the managers. And just so you know, I'm still filing a report and submitting all the details for further review.
Cool.
To prevent any workplace accidents, Jane takes Arya back to the video store's workshop. She scoops Arya up easily. What a reliable woman.
What? What was that final line? Oh, yeah, I guess this is our workshop.
With Jane's help, you get Arya settled on the couch in the studio. Suna and Ngong hover anxiously by Arya's side, keeping watch and murmuring softly.
This is probably a very unique pose and will never be seen again. Because, I mean, how many characters in this, genuinely, how many characters in this game have a sitting animation? Like, and these characters so far don't. Actually, I'm trying to see if I can get a glimpse of her eye. Is it completely out? I think so. And that's also as far as I can zoom in. Alright, hold on. Let me see if... Alright, yeah. Get out of... Alright. Okay, I need to get closer to the couch, maybe. Alright, I might need to get to the other side of it. Yeah, I should be getting to the other side of it. Oh, also, I never noticed she had one black... I was gonna say hair, but, like, that's not what that is. Also, she has a little bow tie on the back of her neck for some reason. I like the little heart, that's very cute, but... Alright, it also kind of mostly reminds me of the Kingdom Hearts heartless symbol. Also, I zoomed right in on the Tamagotchi. How's it doing? Not pretty good. Okay. Well, now this is just a creep shot, and I want to leave now. No, I wanted to get a picture of the front. Oh, sorry. Not that way. Yeah, okay, so her eyes are completely off. Hold on. Yeah, alright, that's funnier to me. It's a very adorable photo, and then there's just Belle's eyes staring through perfectly through the hair. That's funny to me. Alright. I don't know, it's very... Wait, also, is there... Uh-oh. They didn't turn off the face following me, and now it's very distracting. Like, hold on. It's more obvious if I do it like this, huh? Yeah. No, but now I'm in the way. Hold on. I don't know. It's very distracting that she looks up at the camera even like this. Don't want to talk to us anymore? No way. Arya fought hard against Yokai's control. She chose to go dormant, and then let it hurt us. I think she just needs a little help right now. Commander is smart. Assistant can definitely handle it. Alright. I trust Arya too. Yeah, she'll come back to us. The Angel of Delusion will be whole again. How y'all doing? Hey, Jane. This is extremely dangerous. I'm glad you are a police officer, so you take safety seriously, I'm sure. So, I'll leave the rest to you, manager. I'll just take a look around outside. Check out all the videotapes you got in. If I hear anything odd, I'll come as soon as I can, and there will be no room for discussion then. I appreciate that. I think I did see a post. I think I mentioned it already too. That they're hoping Jane. Do you think Jane will actually be relevant in the story? And you know what? She actually is. To the game's credit, and I actually quite like what we're getting of Jane so far. It's pretty cool. You know, feels in character from what we are familiar with. She's a pretty confident individual, confident and scheming and underhanded in a way to serve her goal as helping everyone else out. You know, getting the bad guy, but also keeping people safe. And hey, if that robot goes out of control, it's her job to take care of that. And she would like to take care of that for the safety of others, because she is part of the public security. Anyway, yeah, pretty cool character so far, and it wasn't spoken, so I'm glad I remembered to go off and check with her before talking to Fairy. I did like that line about, and if something bad happens, there's no room for discussion, and I will handle it.
So, what do we do now?
Why the heck are you reading this line of all things?
Yeah, how do we get Arya to talk to us?
Hearing is a sensory channel that living beings cannot willingly shut off, and it depends only on the medium and the distance between the sound and the listener.
Oh, so you just speak, man.
Hold on. Fairy's saying...
Shut up, Belle.
I can send your voice messages straight to her logic core through a data link.
Oh, okay, yeah, that also makes sense.
But whether or not her logic core will reactivate in response to your messages, I am not able to calculate the probability.
There's only one probability, and that's 100%! Exactly! We'll definitely wake her up!
Very well. Now, please stand by. Initiating audio data link.
Arya, can you hear us?
I see. Well, this is cute.
Arya!
They're standing completely still, which makes it really noticeable that Suna isn't. So it almost feels like they should... I don't know, I feel like Suna should be completely still as well, if they're going to do it like this. Unless they're going to do something like Suna keeps moving while the world around her is pretty still. This reminds me of some RPG Maker game I played.
What should we do? She doesn't seem to be responding.
Retrieving previous conversation logs from the construct's logic core storage data.
Also, I like that squid plushie right there. I think the big L I give this is the fact that there's only the skip option, because they're doing this in this, they're reusing this sort of text format, which is fine. It's fine and cool to see them utilize this to make the scene a bit more different and give a bit more dynamics to the storytelling, and that instead of just being people talking in that old format. But the only option is to skip. So it would have been quite nice if it was the standard button, and you can press it and then scroll down to skip, but then also get the ability to look at log or auto, you know? Excuse me.
There is no time to worry about invading privacy. Fairy reads the last conversation between Arya and Wishing Sprite and tells Nangong and Suna everything.
So, Arya's been quietly worrying about all of this on her own.
Aww, that's so sad.
What a dummy!
True.
Arya, listen up! No matter what model of construct you are, and no matter what you went through before you met us, right now, you're Arya, the lead vocalist of Angels of Delusion. After everything we've been through together, you're still stuck on whether you're worthy or should be doing this? That stuff doesn't matter! Yeah! Arya, have you forgotten already? Unlike those carefully hand-picked groups, we didn't become a group because you could do something or because you met some criteria. We're together for one simple reason. Because we want to be. What Nangong and I have been hoping for, you've dreamed of it too. There's never been any human versus construct barrier between us. Besides, we decided this together. To bring our sweetest delusions to everyone. This is also our own delusion. All those promises. And the reason we came together. Are you really going to forget it all just because you got sick? Arya?
Arya's logic core trembles faintly, right on the edge of waking. Amidst her friends' voices, she reaches toward the new world that once made her gears dream. But the past clings to her like the last remaining shackle. And then, through the haze, she hears a familiar voice.
Long time no see. New directive. Keep singing, and let new Eridu sink into a world of delusions. AHOLO type high intelligence tactical construct. All logic core command authorization restrictions have been removed. You're free.
Aww. No, that's really sweet.
I'm free? That feels like a distant word.
Oh, that comes down like a visor? Or are their eyes just hidden? Supposed to be like hidden, like, you know, when the people should have their eyes visible, but they have the shading. So you only get the shading of skin tone. Or shaded skin tone. Also, epic lighting to make them not look like pink anime girls. who designed epic? And not overuse it, but who designed scary, serious weapon robots of destruction and made them look like anime girls? Like, come on, who did it?
I used to be part of a unit. We stood together, lined up, waiting for that voice to call us. The moment she gave the order, we'd move as one, bring destruction and silence to every enemy.
So whoever we're talking about has a solid chance on becoming playable.
The ones we defeated, were they really our enemies? Or were they just reflections of ourselves?
Alright, well, that line feels very poetry slam. You know, bang the bongo.
Hypothesis validated. Reflection image generated.
Reflection? That was me too.
Isn't that so cute? Look at them go. They're so happy, and she has a little bow on her middle finger as well. She has a lot of bows on her. Nangong does too, and I'm pretty sure she's supposed to have bows on the sides of her bangs. Or not bangs, but hair. The hair on the side of her bangs. I think some bows are missing. Or were they always on that? I drew her, so I'm trying to remember where they were. Alright, I drew her little face on the thumbnail. Nangong. I'm pretty sure I will draw her again when the poll session starts. Poll session starts. I guess I should have been in that speech therapy class longer.
You still are part of a group.
Yes. Me and my companions. We looked into each other's expectant eyes, waiting for a song to begin. And as soon as the music hit our ears, we'd light up, passing joy and fire to every one of our own. I want to be someone like that. I've always wanted to be someone on that stage.
Hypothesis validated. Preparing the stage scene.
I never really had that chance. I once stood high because it was the optimal position for suppressing the enemy. I traded blows with whoever stood across from me, hurting them, getting hurt.
You know, I thought she had AOD on her design. I can't go back to that previous image to check if it was in here. Didn't she have AOD on her design? Which would make, you know, the band name weird. Unless her troop name was literally Angels of Destruction, and that's how we got to Angels of Delusion. That's kind of funny.
And the body, lying still below that high spot, was that really the enemy? Or was it just another version of me?
Stage scene loading complete.
Stage?
The current environment was generated based on stored data in your logic core.
Sketched over and over. The promise I made to myself.
Huh?
I want to step onto the stage, because up in that optimal position, I can finally let those delusions fly.
I was worried someone was at home because the dog is barking, but I looked outside and, well, it's just someone walking with their poor dog. The poor little, maybe a foot tall white little dog. Well, the large German Shepherd goes.
I'll throw my heart to the crowd, and they'll throw theirs right back. Our excitement fizzing together.
I like these art pieces. They're very cool. And just very beautiful to look at. A fun way to put. I think that's what it's making me think of. It's making me think of Hugo's story, and Hugo's story was, I think, was pretty good. It just went on way too long for a video game, and you know, going on for too long is unfortunately the name of the game for modern Zenless Zone Zero stories. Unfortunately.
This is the stage I love. The one I pictured, dreamed of, and obsessed over, hoping to one day stand on.
I don't know if I finished that thought or mentioned it, but I think I feel like maybe more scenes like this, if it was told like this, maybe Hugo's section of his story wouldn't have felt as bad. There was a lot to it. It was just too long, I think. And I think no matter what that would have been felt if it took as long as I did last time, even if they added some pictures.
It's the stage we Angels of Delusion are going to stand on together.
Agreed.
Really?
Memory landscape loading. Memory landscape confirmed.
Last stretch! We're gonna be late! Suna, pick it up!
Well, these are easier than a normal animation. I still feel like these might... And you already have the models, and they know how they move. So they can just pause them, you know, where they like them after, you know, letting the physics flow. So I feel like, you know, and then you just get the filter on. These scenes are probably much easier to create, but, you know, I still like them to... I mean, they're definitely way better to simply having the characters come on screen like a little visual novel style, which is how most of it is.
Wait! You were the one dragging your feet before we left Nangong! And now we're almost late! And you're blaming me for not being fast enough! Slow down! Oh, I'm gonna get left behind! Suna, Nangong is just teasing you! As long as the three of us stick together, no one is ever getting left behind. Everyone's written those themes a million times already. What are we supposed to write to actually stand out and make people notice us?
Alright, well, this shot I'm not even sure isn't from, what was it, an EP or demo? No, or not zero chance it's from a demo. Yeah, which is what it is.
Are you trying some new wild ideas, Suna? Personally, I think some themes never stop pulling an audience in.
I'll be honest, I'm looking at these designs. I really just think Nangong should have just had a skirt. It could have been that same length. I just feel like it would have looked better and maybe a bit more normal with the skirt, which, I mean, maybe looking a bit stranger and weirder. It makes sense that they'd make like that, but no, I'd really prefer she just had a normal looking skirt, even if it was short. Not as short as that.
Like love. Love never goes out of style, and it never gets boring. I told you I'm not crying. I just counted 78 encouraging comments at once, and that's all. Like I'd cry over that. It's just super hot today. Aria is the only one who feels cool to the touch. I have to hold on to her. Careful now. Your tears are about to rust Aria's joints. It's okay. Suna can hug me all she wants. I'm cool in the summer, and I can be warm in the winter. Anytime you need me, I'll be there. So the past wasn't a burden after all. And old memories can open into something bright. Even my wildest dreams suddenly feel close enough to touch.
The one I learned when you take off the...
As long as we're still by each other's side.
Congratulations, Arya. You're free. You can go back to your friends now.
Okay, well, never mind. I was about to say, when you press the pause button in here, it will pause the auto. But then I think I hit it also close at the same time as hitting this or something, or it was an issue. And while it's hidden, or when it came back, it still had auto on, even if it didn't say so at the top right. Still, I just want to say, very, very beautiful artwork. I really like this. I don't know. It's just really pretty. That nice light coming from that center, then getting all the shading, you know, directed away from it. I don't know. Really cool. Also, she's like number 7, I guess. Which is interesting to know. I mean, not much is interesting, but a good little fun fact.
Okay. Nangong? Suna? Arya, how are you feeling? Finally! You're awake! Are you okay? I'm alright now. Sorry for making you worry for so long.
The girls hug each other for a moment.
Well, look at that. Guess the villain here showed up at the wrong time, huh?
Do you need to check on Arya, Miss Jane?
Judging by how she looks right now, I'm guessing that won't be necessary anymore, yeah? I've already filed the incident report. Someone might check in with Arya later, just to keep tabs on her, but I don't think it'll affect your rehearsal or the show. Congrats, Arya. You're still a free citizen of New Eridu. Make sure to thank your group mates. And those 2 mysterious managers.
Thank you. Huh, looks like Arya's not fully back yet. Am I hearing her right? Yeah, seriously, Arya. Saying thank you to us? You must be trying to ditch us, and that's why you're acting all distant. Oh no, without our precious lead vocalist, Angels of Delusion is doomed. Oh no, without our precious lead vocalist, Angels of Delusion is doomed.
I don't know. She, you know, I appreciate people trying to be a bit different, but she read that line a bit too goofily, especially with how quickly it ended in the line read.
No, hey, both of you, stop interrupting. I still haven't thanked the managers.
No need to be so formal with us. Wise and I are your secret keepers.
I mean, yeah, we're that for every ancient, man.
Yeah. After Belle got back from Reverb Arena, she dragged me in as her accomplice. We're only just now resolving Arya's troubles.
Oh yeah, that happened last time.
It feels
What's
so
that?
good to finally let the secret out.
Secret keepers? What secret is Arya hiding from us? Managers, I'd like to request an extension on our confidentiality agreement.
Bro, Belle, what the heck, man? You're terrible at keeping secrets. You just out here keeping a secret for her? And she doesn't even want it out yet?
Bribing the managers won't work! Captain, someone here is breaking the Angels of Delusion to be honest with each other rule. I demand we punish her! Approved. Wait, since when did we have that rule? Since last night. Then it hasn't been put to a vote yet. 2 votes in favor, and 1 absent. It passed on the spot. As for the exact punishment, to thank the 2 of you managers, from now on, your show tickets and bar drinks at 404 are on Arya. That's fine. Wait, you're agreeing to something so expensive just like that? Oh, that's Arya for you, with all that hollow commission experience. So capable. But what is Arya's secret anyway?
It's probably just some silly talk like, I'll find a way to quietly leave Angels of Delusion so I won't be a burden. Even if you know, managers don't tell the others.
Funny. Also, as Tuna said, the classic, that's for you, you know. That's Arya for you. That's Belle for you. That's Shifufu for you. That's Ishwan for you. That's Ellen for you. And you can do that on and on.
Mangong, isn't that exactly what you guessed last night?
Yeah? You can practically read Arya's worries on her eye screens. I don't even know why she thinks she needs to hide it.
Is it really that obvious?
I mean, your eyes do just turn into exact exaggerations of what you're feeling right now.
You guys are adorable. Now that Arya's doing better, I can finally report back to the client. I'll be heading out now.
Thank you so much for today, Miss Jane. If it weren't for you, I might have hurt Suna and the others.
No trouble at all. Just doing my job. Besides, Arya, you're way stronger than what you just showed. I should be thanking you for snapping out of it in time, and for going easy on me. If we run into each other in the Hollow because of some commission, and we're facing the same enemy, don't you hold back again.
Miss Jane, please be joking.
Yeah, you really bounced back fast, didn't you?
After confirming Arya's condition, Jane heads back. Vesper and Cecilia are still worried about Arya, so Nangong and Suna decide to hurry back and tell them what's going on.
Oh, it's the music.
Arya, should we go find Miss Cecilia and clear things up?
Yeah. In any case, both Miss Cecilia and Lady Cersei have always been people I look up to. Besides, she must be worried about me. It's about time we cleared up all the secrets and misunderstandings.
Yeah.
For sure.
For sure. For sure. Anyway, yeah, that was a nice moment. I appreciated that segment. It didn't feel that long, at least. The artwork was all very pretty. The stills were... Arya, come on. Don't trap me. The stills were all pretty cool. Very beautiful art. And, yeah, it's the stills from the 3D. We're still a good way to keep up the interest in the overall... an interesting look as the story was being told. Also, yeah. I don't think it was confirmed to outside parties, but it does seem completely correct that Fairy was her wishing sprite. Technically, a chance that the wishing sprite was just some other more basic AI, and that just happened to have the same voice, which is a bit of a coincidence. But you know, the timeline is still all weird. It's still hard to tell how long we've had Fairy with us. Alright, I figured out it. For the most part, dang it. Oh, dang it. Oh, I almost feel a sneeze. And that's brutal. Oh, okay. Hold on. Okay, feeling better, feeling good. Okay. Everyone.
So yeah, that's basically what happened.
Awesome. Cecilia and Vesper seem to have been caught up on what happened earlier. Awesome, you didn't need to tell me that. I I can understand what someone saying, yeah, that's basically what happened means.
That was way too dangerous. Arya, how can you give up on yourself so readily? I've told you before, your free will is what matters most.
I know I messed up, Miss Vesper.
I hope you really do.
Dang, she's so aggressive, man. So angry.
I'm sorry, Miss Vesper. Right. And we told Atang before we wouldn't hold you up for too long. But we ended up keeping you here all this time. What about your rehearsal?
It's just a rehearsal. Showing up a little late won't hurt. Tom will sort it with the crew. If you're all right now, then I'll head over. Okay?
Mm-hmm. Don't worry about me. I'm really okay now.
But she also was infected with a virus, and now you're really close to her. Vesper gives Arya a hug before she leaves. That's even closer.
That's strange.
What's wrong? Still feeling off?
Ever since I woke up, I felt lighter. And after Miss Vesper hugged me just now, all of a sudden, I feel really relieved.
Are we really going with the physically transmitted robot influenza? Robofluenza? I think that's from Mega Man.
The weight on my chest just disappeared.
Yikes.
Oh, it must be because Miss Vesper comforted you.
They're really going with she infected Miss Vesper right here and now.
Maybe.
Nangong glances at Cecilia, then decides to break the awkward silence.
If I remember correctly, isn't there someone else here who you keep saying comforts you?
Miss Cecilia, can I call you Lady Cersei?
That name. I sealed it away a long time ago.
Why not?
If it's worth remembering at all, it's only because it was the first name that carried your voice into New Eridu. But the price was... it turned you into someone hidden under its shadow.
I never looked at it that way. Because your music was the alarm that woke me up from the chaos.
That's a little odd.
I could kind of guess Arya probably woke up in the hollow because she heard Cecilia singing. But still, calling it an alarm? That's pretty strange.
Not really. Well, not really. You could have just chopped everything but and after.
Sorry. Did I say something weird again?
I see.
Still, it's exactly like you thought, Manager. My old life, if you can even call it a life, was completely colorless. But no matter how much time passes, when I think about the moment my emotions were first given color, it was in that hollow, listening to Cersei's song.
I also have a story I haven't told you.
Miss Cecilia?
After the fall of the old capital, I was trapped in the terror of watching the hollows tear the world apart. I wrote countless songs, yet I could no longer feel the warmth in the lyrics, let alone convey it. I couldn't sing a single line in front of anyone. That's why the agency found you.
The first time I saw you, it was...
Listen to this part. Doesn't she sound just like you?
Oh, we're doing a little comic strip.
I told you, I can't accept this.
You have to.
Yeah. I like that voice for her. Also, a very cute outfit on Cecilia.
Go out there and see what Eridu has become. See the streets devoured by the Hollow, and the eyes filled with despair. People need you. Your name and your voice. Maybe they can help ease their sorrow.
She's saying this, but she's also speaking like someone who wants it for the money.
The song's getting a really good response. Given time, she might actually become the next Cersei.
New Eridu doesn't need another Cersei. But someday, people will need Arya.
All right. You're the pro. Anyway, we finally have the audio locked in for the next show.
But she can't keep singing in my shadow forever. And about what I told you last time. About retiring.
We're working on letting the news out. Just give everyone a little more time. Everything's been taken care of. Except for our little friend.
You mean Arya? What's wrong?
She didn't accept any of the compensation we offered. Oh, right. She also said, get well soon.
Okay. We'll meet each other again someday. While I was getting treated for PTSD all those years, Arya's voice kept singing the emotions I'd written, but could no longer feel. And in the end, that healed me.
Okay.
Miss Cecilia. So now with Miss Cecilia and Arya, and all of us together, everything that happened before finally has a fitting conclusion.
Okay. No. For some reason, I found that less interesting. I don't know what we've learned from all this. She had PTSD, and you know what? A big old hollow disaster happened. No shame in that.
If you're not mistaken, Suna's voice sounds a little shaky, almost as if she's about to cry.
Aw, looks like our little Zuna just found her brand new spark of inspiration, huh?
Such a beautiful echo of the past.
Alright. Our little crybaby's turning into a raccoon again. Come on, I'll take you to wash your face.
Nangong acts fast, grabbing Suna by the hand and dragging her away, leaving behind Arya and Cecilia, the emotional master and student pair, and the poor video store manager who didn't manage to get away in time. Nangong, why? You're not the only one afraid of emotional scenes here.
I'm sorry, Arya. I keep thinking if I told you about all this earlier, maybe you wouldn't have felt so awful. And maybe it just wouldn't happen to have happened at all. It's not really like that. I was sick, so to speak. I see, but doesn't that mean that the intelligent entity just now could still affect Arya? Don't worry, Miss Cecilia. I honestly can't feel it at all anymore. Really? If you're feeling if you're still feeling off at all, you must let us know right away. Yeah, I'll be careful. Next up, the three of us gotta prepare for Gilded Carrot Day. So, it's a secret. We're still Lady Cersei's student. We can't tarnish your record. Okay. Caught up in the moment between Miss Cecilia and Arya, that feels like some kind of long-awaited reunion. A special alert suddenly pings. If I recall, Weiss and I agreed that this alert tone means not life-threatening, but it's urgent. Get here ASAP. Is he home? What could it have happened? Why would he need to use this emergency alert? So, how are things on your end? If you're all good, head back soon, okay? We have a guest, and I'm not sure I can handle the hospitality solo. What kind of guest is this? Oh, sorry. Why would I assume I've written less than that? What's going on about? Why is it so much? Come on. Please. Just redraft. Shorten. It's okay to shorten things. Who could possibly make you worry about hospitality? The mayor himself or something? Alright, I'm heading back now.
What's up with Wise today? Just how special is this guest anyway?
You know, I feel like I get writing a lot, like, or speaking a lot, because that's just how I talk, or at least type. Like, if I'm a Redditor, only for, like, honestly, only for ZZZ. I'm a Reddit I only use Reddit for specifically mobile games at this point. Like, almost always. And you know, that's nice and chill. But, what else? Man, you're still taking photos together. Also, she has little, what is it? Bear ears? No, is it cultural appropriation to wear, bear-eared? You know, I probably asked that question about, Coletta. But yeah, think I lost my train of thought. I can understand writing a lot. Just because of how I type. If I reply to something on Reddit, yeah, I definitely like way over explain something. You know, just discussing, you know, characters or basically anything. I feel the need to like over explain when I really don't. Like, I almost don't understand why people can just leave much shorter comments. Or not just Reddit, but on YouTube. When I leave a YouTube comment, I tend to get super wordy, which is a bit frustrating. But, you know, for a video game, gotta do a bit better for writing in general. And I think I've also been writing, and so I get that as well. Or at least I've been writing. I've tried writing, which 3 days in a row. I mean, it's 3 days in a row, then stop. But, you know, that was last week, so I should start and try again. Still, I can understand getting pretty wordy and writing a lot, but it's... And they're definitely on a schedule, so they only have so much time to redraft and, you know, edit things down. But it's almost feeling like they just write the stream of consciousness of what it should be and don't, like, when they edit it, they don't edit down the size of it, which is a bit unfortunate. Because it all, even that sentence, I didn't need to read it at all. It wasn't, like, auto-playing or anything. And I barely read it just then, but it just all compounds into being what feels like bloat on the overall story. Being just a bit longer than it needs to be for no particularly great reason. Anyway. Hey, bro. Oh.
Not long ago, PubSec conducted a safety inspection of your establishment. Regrettably, the inspection wasn't completed, correct? Pardon the intrusion. My name is Severian Lowell.
Oh, the fun
During
cutscene.
our last call, you asked for my rank and name. Per regulation, I'm required to answer truthfully. I'm Severian Lowell, Senior Commissioner of New Eridu's Public Security HQ, and your former client.
His glove is shiny. So you and Seth? Lowell, so you and Seth are... And then he's gonna say, brothers, yes. You know of him. Or he probably knows we know of him.
Commissioner Lowell? I've heard that name before. Oh, Juyun mentioned it. Wait, how are you related to Seth?
It's not how are you related to Seth, it's are you related to Seth? Because, I mean, by all means, people can just have the same last name and not be directly related.
You can just call me by my name, Severian. As for me and Seth, were you asking if we are legally related? Or about our relation within the precinct?
Yes?
Legally related?
Commissioner Severian's ears twitch, but he doesn't comment. Also, I say, people can have the same last name and not be related. They do have practically the same ears and tail. Despite their vastly different temperaments, the resemblance between the two brothers is unmistakable, making the question feel rather unnecessary.
If some of your friends ever speculated about Officer Seth Lowell's background within the public security system, then I believe that responsibility lies with me. My apologies. I've gone a bit off topic. I came by today to talk with you about the last commission.
It wasn't perfect.
Yeah, the outcome of that last commission. It wasn't perfect, but we did our best with the help public security gave us.
Hey, when I get my polychrome, I'm probably ending stream, by the way. I'm pretty sure I was supposed to be at a birthday tonight. I forget it. My dad said he'll take me there at 6 or 10. But, you know. Fortunately, siblings went out, so I will be the only one. I might end up the only one there. You know, with that.
We cleared out the constructs that woke up in Lemnian Hollow, and we told you everything we know about Yokai's movements afterwards.
Exactly. Belle and I did everything we could.
It wasn't a great job, though, so it's somewhat worthy of ridicule.
And now you suddenly show up at our place, scaring our Bang Boo and our AI assistant. Isn't that a little rude of a public officer?
First, on behalf of the whole information security team, I want to thank both of you for everything you did. That said, we also found that Yokai's behavioral patterns and portions of its code appear to have some connection to your household AI assistant, the one you previously reported to the Criminal Investigation Special Response Team.
The CISR team. The Scissor team.
In their words, the yokai that caused the disturbance and your intelligent assistant appear to be something akin to twins.
Hey, to be fair, they're pentuplets, I think? Was there 5 or 6 of them? They could be sextuplets. We wouldn't know that at all.
That's why I'm getting ready to apply for permission to borrow it from you for a short time. Needless to say, we'll make sure it's returned safely once the investigation is finished.
How does he borrow the AI? Well, we put the little chip in our Bangbu, and she installed herself onto our home console. That's not gonna happen. Gotta find an excuse.
Even Wise and I haven't figured out where Fairy really came from. There's no way we can let public security learn of our partnership with her. And there's absolutely no way we're letting them take Fairy. But he didn't call Fairy a suspect. He just wants her to help with the investigation. What excuse can I use to say no?
Again, Belle can just speak. We don't need to hear her thought process. We can speculate on exactly what she's thinking as viewers. I know she's the player character, so it makes sense to try to keep the player on the same page as the player character, but I mean, I feel like they already made it pretty clear, and despite me being frustrated with not experiencing the same thing as our player character, they aren't us. So we don't need to hear every single thought, dude.
You lock eyes with Wise.
Gilded Carrot Day is tomorrow. You're asking Fairy to assist you so Yokai doesn't make good on its threat to sabotage the lighting ceremony, right?
When it comes to potential criminals, public security would of course want to gather as much information as possible. And if we can bring it under control outright, all the better.
Alert. Analysis indicates that the action you requested has a 0% chance of success.
Fairy, don't be rude.
That was a fun interaction.
Your AI assistant seems to know more about yokai than us, then.
Fairy doesn't do business trips. Working remotely might be possible.
Just a sec. Fairy doesn't really travel. But if there's something she can handle remotely, I'm sure she'd be happy to help public security.
Then it's settled.
Huh?
Since you two have already accepted the job on her behalf, I won't push you any further.
Oh, hey, yeah. Thank you, Master, for accepting a commission to Severian Lowell. I expect... what was it? What would the line be? Something around... request 50% of the earnings for said commission to serve the energy bill or something.
Honestly, all my concern about yokai comes from wanting to protect Gilded Carrot Day and keep New Eridu in order. So there's no need to get hung up on whatever form that partnership takes.
Did I just say exactly what you wanted to hear? Because earlier, when you tried to grab Fairy, you definitely weren't this cooperative.
Agreed.
Agreed. That's an interesting line read, almost. But it's always fun to hear Fairy, so I don't really care.
Severian gives a small smile and sets a storage device down on the table in front of Fairy. A mysterious data storage left behind by Severian that could contain some clues about yokai. Oddly enough, there isn't any public security labeling. Oh yeah. What the heck does that say? Alright. First off, in this way around, it looks like the letter D. LD... No. G...
RDJ? Robert Downey Jr.?
To show good faith, I brought something that might help. As long as you can stop that arrogant, out-of-control AI, you're free to read and use any information stored in it. I hope we can work together and shut down this plot to disturb the peace in New Eridu. If not, then as the twin intelligent entity and a key suspect, your intelligent assistant might just be called in by public security for additional questioning.
Leaving behind a thinly veiled threat, Severian prepares to leave. For some reason, you feel like if yokai isn't stopped, the commissioner really will take Fairy away. Oh, cool. And now we have some urgency. Oh my gosh, they're together! It's them! I don't freaking did the thing where I move my flick my stick and end up. I like how Pouty looks. He does not look enthused. Hold on, sorry. I got Pubset completely covered up by the hollow is expanding wording. Hold on. Yeah, sure, whatever. I don't know what I'm doing here.
Good day, Rookie Patrol Officer Lowell. Didn't expect to run into you here.
Brother, quit the act. The manager's known me for ages. Besides, the approval process for the duty roster Captain Zhuyuan submitted has edits from Commissioner Lowell. If your assistant didn't handle it for you, you should know him on 6th Street. Brother, quit the—
Good day, Rookie Patrol Officer Lowell.
Okay.
Besides, the—
I didn't notice it too much when Severian said it. That it's Lowell, not like Lowell. Or Lowell. Lowell, which is, I don't know. I guess Lowell sounds a bit interesting since it's 2 L's. I guess it's sort of spelled like towel, but it has an extra L, so it looks like it should be Lowell.
Is that so?
So, you assigned Seth to patrol 6th Street on purpose, and then came by to stage a chance encounter?
No way! We're just siblings who happen to have some work overlap. If it weren't for the approval documents, he wouldn't even know where I'd be spending Gilded Carrot Day.
Sorry, I have to correct you there. Since a certain someone has been yelling at home every day accusing me of neglecting my family, I already promised I'd head home after the lighting ceremony to spend Gilded Carrot Day with them. As for his own Gilded Carrot Day plans, if he wasn't tricking me into going home just so he could sneak off and hang out with his friends, then yeah, I've always known his Gilded Carrot Day plans.
Well, why would he sneak off to hang out with his friends, man? Isn't he such a family... Does he have friends?
That's not true! My shift ends at the lighting ceremony too, and then I'm heading home.
I hope so. I had to make quite a few promises to my boss just to get the night off for Gilded Carrot Day. If a certain someone misses this reunion, then comes home with a videotape next time, begging me to join in on family activities.
Hey, that was a family event! I just didn't want you to feel left out!
All right, thanks for not leaving me out. But if I remember correctly, I wasn't the one who insisted on keeping distance from family in the workplace, was I?
That's only because you...
I?
What Seth probably meant to say was, it's because you're the golden child, everyone just makes fun of me. This kind of banter was so common that even the passing by video store manager had heard it a few times. But for Seth, it's obviously not the right thing to say during the argument with his brother. And sure enough, you receive a help me look from Seth. Alright, well, come on. Anyway, about Gilded Carrot Day.
Anyway, let's get back to Gilded Carrot Day. Seth's been patrolling 6th Street lately. Was that specifically arranged by you, Severian?
Right. You never answered me.
His mouth didn't move, why not?
It's simply because Public Security Officer Juyuan has more important duties to handle by herself, so the rest of the team are assigned to other missions as well. I'd advise a certain rookie officer not to get too full of themselves.
Look, I know you don't like me, but could you at least not say such obnoxious things in front of the manager?
Fan the flames, fan the flames!
That was harsh, Severian. Unless you've got some kind of Gilded Carrot Day surprise planned that you haven't told Seth about. Otherwise, as his big brother, that's honestly unforgivable.
Oh, that was a boring response.
There's no way he'd prepare a surprise for the family.
I'll come pick you up from 6th Street after the lighting ceremony, and we'll head home together.
Huh?
The look on Severian's face says it all. His last-minute damage control only made things even more awkward. Haha! That's what you get for picking on Fairy.
I might be a bit late. You can wait for me at the parking lot by 4:04.
Oh yeah, that is the parking lot. I know the place. I remember what this place looks like. Maybe because he said something he normally wouldn't, Severian quickly takes his leave. Though his steps are steady, the nervous flick of his ears gives him away. I think it should be give him away. Well, no, they're talking about the nervous flick gives him away. Right, sorry. Yes, at the end of word, non-nouns can be confusing to me.
You know, he's acting really weird today. And what was he doing at the video store?
Borrowing a movie.
Tell me he actually planned out the whole Gilded Carrot Day family event, and even borrowed a videotape for us to watch. All so he could snitch on me to Mom and Dad if I got home late.
Probably. Maybe?
Well, your brother is indeed a customer at our store. As for snitching, I'm not too sure, but I think there's a good chance.
I don't know. I'll be honest, this sentence reads very AI. For no particular reason, the willingness to answer every part of it, it feels very AI. Something about that. I'm sorry. As for... just do what I ask, man. I said the answer was maybe. Just give a maybe.
This is so unfair. I need to get Gilded Carrot Day gifts for Mom and Dad, and for him too. Can't let him show me up. Oh, sorry about that, manager. We must have taken up a lot of your time, huh?
No worries. I love hearing you talk about this stuff. I've got a big brother too, after all, so I learn a lot just watching us siblings interact with each other.
Ah, I see. Glad we're not bothering you. But the way we interact with each other in our family, you're probably better off not learning from us.
True.
You should head back to the store. Oh,
we're at the store.
I'll be patrolling 6th Street these days. If you ever need any help, feel free to come find me.
Oh, sweet. He might show up later then. Maybe not this episode. Alright. Gilded Carrot Day activity. Gilded Carrot Day tomorrow! And I won't be here to celebrate it. Oh yeah, she's here. Dang. I'm about to talk to Wise and then the time is gonna pass.
Belle, what do we do now? If Severian insists on taking Fairy, We could appeal to the mayor, but if it came to that, we'd probably have to come clean about everything involving Fairy and the HDD.
What exactly are we keeping from the mayor? I don't even remember.
Or, Fairy, can you relocate somewhere temporarily? There's no way we're handing you over.
Based on available data, the intelligent entity, Yokai, specializes in breaching security protocols, rapidly infiltrating and exiting devices, and altering system behavior through viral code. As a result, most tracking programs struggle to monitor its movements. Unfortunately, your AI assistant lacks expertise in this field. Additionally, I am bound by our agreement and cannot leave easily.
Now's not the time to be sentimental, Fairy.
My statements reflect an objective assessment of my capabilities and limitations. No exaggeration is present.
If Yokai really sabotages the lighting ceremony, and judging by how obsessed it is with messing with Fairy, more people are gonna start paying attention to her.
Yeah. I guess, hold on. So... he does bounce around, and so he really did just probably bounce from those hollow... Excuse me? The hollow constructs to Arya, and then from Arya to Vesper. Yeah, so I guess if the AIs are built with a specialty, Yokai might be an infiltration type of specialist, and presumably Fairy's specialty is information, though she's limited by the content of where she is. At least that would be my hypothesis.
Our only move is to try to stop Yokai before things escalate any further. But with so little intel, where do we even start?
Oh, come on, Wise. Don't be so defeatist. We're not clueless about Yokai. It literally admitted it was behind the creator, right? And we've learned a ton lately.
We have the hard drive, by the way.
Yokai hijacked an intelligent construct officer and sent Severian that letter of criminal intent. It keeps bragging about ruining the lighting ceremony, telling us to stay tuned.
So it did he did specifically plan to eventually get to Vesper specifically, probably? To get to Vesper in particular? Which probably involved getting in, anything related, and he, being a big old fancy AI, he probably did identify Arya as having a related or communications with her. I don't think that's actually entirely impossible, so...
It even posed as the wishing sprite to influence Arya, nearly wrecking the girl's Gilded Carrot Day show.
I'm trying to think about how the soul works for AIs and stuff, or intelligent constructs. I guess for intelligent constructs, they're bound to their logic cores. But for AIs, they can't just be uploaded on the internet and be everywhere and a part of everything. I guess similar to how intelligent constructs are bound to their logic cores, AIs must have some sort of source aspect to them.
Maybe it's just me, but targeting Arya and Angels of Delusion seems out of character for an AI that usually prefers large-scale spectacle.
Yeah, so he identified the connection from them to Vesper.
You're right.
I have generated a behavioral logic analysis report. This AI shows a clear performative impulse, frequently showcasing its abilities, causing disruptions, and triggering panic or confusion among specific groups.
If we ignore the 404 case, your analysis stands. Let's treat that as an anomaly for now.
No. The pattern of behavior. Come on, Belle. We listened to Arya say something about feeling lighter. I'm not unsure why. He infects AI. Who was it nearby AI? Or intelligent construct.
Factors across the above events. Bangbu Lock Spring. Intelligent construct public security officer. Arya.
So basically, yokai loves hiding backstage and messing with people to get what it wants. And its targets are usually constructs, right? Which means it'll probably try to take control of another construct and disrupt the lighting ceremony in a way that sparks panic or chaos.
Let's see. Who would be a good target? Together with Wise and Fairy, you fall into silence for quite a while. In the stillness, one can almost hear human brains and electricity meter running at full speed together. Gilded Carrot Day is only a day away.
I have no idea. Or perhaps too many.
Alright then, I guess we'll handle it tomorrow.
There's no point in overthinking it right now. Why don't we get some rest? We can deal with it tomorrow. Maybe we'll have a clearer idea in the morning.
If it comes to it, we may need to be ready to hand Fairy over to public security. And do our best to convince the mayor to help us. They're government officials. They wouldn't torture an innocent AI citizen.
Alert. Second assistant. Your line of thinking is extremely risky.
I don't think Fairy is a legal citizen of the United Eridu.
Relax, Fairy. Things aren't that bad yet. And if it gets really desperate, I'll go to Phylum Heights tomorrow and stand guard at the lighting ceremony with Shifu and the others. You and Wise can stay home and respond as needed.
I'll be honest, I got slightly exasperated because I saw how high that text started. Why did this text go on for so long?
Oh yeah. Belle, it just occurred to me. Arya interacted with yokai before. She might know something helpful.
Alright.
I'll message her to set something up. Let's all meet at the video store tomorrow morning.
Truth is, in Wise's heart, you probably already have an answer by now, right? Yeah. If yokai is planning to use Vesper, at least nothing major should happen before the lighting ceremony officially begins. When Arya comes by tomorrow morning, we should ask what she thinks too. I have a strange feeling that if we're going to resolve this, we might need Arya's help. Belle, you probably have to head to Phylum Heights again tomorrow. You should get some rest early tonight. Alright. One more trip. Before I go to my room and rest. I guess I'll leave room and rest for tomorrow. I'll do Atari's 8. Maybe I should do that now, as we end off and close out. Because, unfortunately, I do have something to do, and so I don't want to do anything to make myself late. I should probably end. Is a good opportunity, and I hear the dog barking, so who knows if I missed a vehicle getting over here. Anyway, thanks. Nah, I'll do Ed Harry's little agent story on my own. But thanks to anyone who watched or watching. Fun story so far. I feel like... Sorry, bumping? Yes. I feel like maybe the writers at some point realize it feels a bit obvious that Vesper is going to be the one they take control of, right? Sorry. I feel like that last post dialogue line felt like far enough after the fact that writers felt like, yeah, it's a bit obvious Vesper is going to be the target. Because she really should have just been in that dialogue segment. It makes no sense to not mention her, you know? So, it feels like it's a bit late. And they already got the things off to be read in dialogue and voiced out, probably. I mean, these segments always end with a line from Wise like that, but I don't know. It doesn't make sense not to mention Vesper within that and only start thinking about her now. Yeah, I don't know. But, that's it for today. Yeah, these story segments feel pretty long. It hasn't even been 2 hours left. Yeah, alright. I felt like it was 2 hours. Let me check. Yeah, not even 2 hours, which is fine. So many parts. But at least I'll number them. Yeah, stay tuned for part 5, the finale of Encore for an Old Dream. The main story
Zenless Zone 0 2.6. Where we finally encounter the boss that will probably be in DA in a few days. I'm also not getting I'm not getting a good DA score, unfortunately. My goal has been to 100k everything, but unfortunately, the HP is getting up, and there's just no good buff for a generic attack team, and because of that, like, the only good attacker buff requires Suna to actually be utilized. So I'm stuck with the anomaly buff, which is actually really strong, but requires you to actually apply anomaly for a 10% res shred, which is the only you kind of need for certain teams to actually be valuable. Otherwise, the buffing is very middling, so with the rising HP, that makes it very hard to score high on, and the boss, Yeshiguang's boss, is just too cringe. It's really tied to her and has a ton of HP, which is pretty frustrating, I think. It has like way too much HP, but it needs to because they made Yeshiguang very powerful, especially with her show buffs, so she kills it, and they don't like that if you're doing it at M0. Big old shame. I almost considered... hold on. I almost considered checking... Oh, what is it? Sorry, now I'm distracting myself. What would it be? Actually, it would be that one. But yeah, yeah, the HP is just a bit... Also, these get a bit blurry quality. Yeah, those get low quality if you get them too big. Hold on. And then... might want more. No, actually, you might only be able to do one at a time. Alright, well, good work, me. See, I know, I ruined it. Alright, oh, I don't know if that made it better or worse, but sure. Anyway, yeah. Yeah, the HP is too big, and she's like way too tuned to specifically Yeshiguang, which is frustrating. Hopefully... really, hopefully, spoilers, upcoming boss, you know, since this is not the end of the story, the boss here isn't as cringe in DA. She might be, though. I mean, dude, the second anomaly boss of Season 2, and she's also 40% fire resist. Like, come on. But yeah, Shiyu also, yeah, she was also mega cringe, but Alice was able to carry me to Alice was able to carry me to the 100k, and this agent here is unfortunately in the camp of not amazing without stupid Lucia. Unfortunately, Rupture is definitely balanced around their best teammate, which is frustratingly Lucia. So that's pretty lame. You need Lucia if you want
any rupture to be more comparable to other higher level modern DPS, which is really annoying. Which, I mean, it almost feels like, well, I mean, yeah, duh, they use... Yeah, but they made them scale so poorly with attack. They made no other option be a good alternative. So they have the exclusive one good partner, which is annoying. Anyway, that's all. I won't do a Shiyu run, just in case. I forgot. I thought I needed to... I was going to be somewhere by 6 something, but... In case it's any earlier, it might be 10, which means if it's 10, I do have plenty of time to finish the story, but I'd rather not risk it. I mean, because I might get taken away by who knows how long. I might have to leave by 8, and this stupid story might take another 2 hours, which, you know, not worth risking. Anyway, thanks everyone who watched for watching. No. Okay. Also, it's something I said, just as a little memeing. There are at least 50 more pulls to Wenjin, 60 more pulls to Wenjin. And this works for Yuzuha, so it would be quite nice. Even more energy. As much damage as the current Wenjin she has, but it has attack. It just has attack on it to make it objectively better than Kaboom the Cannon. So I don't think it wouldn't be a big increase. Excuse me, sorry. And if you have multiple copies of a Weeping Cradle, then it's not worth it at all. But I mean, more Wenjins is good. And Suna, Suna, yeah, obviously, but Yuzuha can use it, which is pretty cool. And while her signature is great to help maximize her own additional ability for anomaly agents, this also works well for any non-anomaly teams you put Yuzuha on, which are pretty good. Honestly, I feel like most teams you can currently put Suna on aren't too different from Yuzuha, but Suna has Ether Veil specifically, which is where she comes out ahead because of the Ether Veil specific shielding. But yeah, just have fun. 110 pull. Yeah, it's fair. It's fine. Oh, 2 ways. Wow. What would I even want? Monotos. Yeah. Oh, no, but Monotos. Wow. 238 more of those, and I can get my free pick on a Nest Ring Wenjin. Wow. Anyway, that's probably it. It's not guaranteed for me to get here before this banner ends. So you know what? If I come back and Arya's on banner, Yuzuha will also be on banner. And
where are we going? There's no class today.
I absolutely would not pull for an agent because I'm 30 away, and so I'd much rather save that for Nangong Yu. Would I get her signature though? I don't think so, because it is...
Got a new ghost story to share?
I don't want to visit Box Galaxy right now. Can I do this? Music store. Reset config storage. Dang. I was hoping it would have been nice if Box Galaxy was here instead of this store page. And so I had a way to look at W engines. Man, look at all these things I will never be able to buy. Like, I genuinely, if I will only be able to use these in year 4 of the game. We're in year 2, by the way. If even, because yeah, I just don't. I'm a free-to-play player, unfortunately, so I don't get enough agents, which is sad. If I recall, they did make it so the battle pass gives you 2 of these, right? So one of these every other month, basically. I think, or every other patch. I think battle passes are patch wide. That doesn't sound right in my head, but I'm pretty sure it's correct. Oh, that's right. So I have 6 of these available to me. Alright, pretty cool. Hold on. Double checking. Sorry. Still want to double check to make sure I have that on. So I have 6 of those. And I have 63 of these. That's not amazing. That means I have 69 pulls left. Funny. That's the funny number. And I'll get a bit more here. Some other monthly resets. And that's about it. I'll have enough for an 8. Jeez. I think I can guarantee Nangong Yu, but that's about it. Unless I get lucky. I'll be honest. Knowing unofficial information, I probably prefer a Seed rerun. Because I really want Seed signature. Excuse me, sorry if that was audible.
No matter where we go,
And unfortunately, I also...
is the real reward.
I don't know why I'm looking at you. Okay, I can guess why I'm looking at you, but, you know, I meant to go to this one. I would like her signature just because I play her a lot, and I would like her to be stronger. And I mean, I play her with Trigger, so it'd be nice to get the Trigger team more overall better. But to be fair, to be very selfish, if the patch after Nangong Yu isn't something that super grabs me, I would absolutely spend all the polychrome I can just to hope to get lucky on a Seed Mindscape, because I mean it's M2 specifically that I want. Unfortunately, as a free-to-play player, you don't really get those, but I'm totally willing to get this. Like, I've seen the dreams. I would way rather get this than I'd way rather get M2 Seed than an M0 Cyssia. Alright, I haven't seen gameplay though, so I mean it could be very fun, and I could change my mind completely. And I think the design of the supportive DPS is always really cool, and I would love to see how they implement it, because, you know, I don't look at gameplay, unofficial gameplay. But I mean, I play her with Orphe, so I don't see why I would want to replace Orphe, because that's basically all I have. The biggest reason I have to not replace her with, and to replace Orphe in Seed's team, is simply because I do play Orphe outside of Seed. So, I do play Orphe outside of Seed, so it would be nice. I could probably share an engine though, because I know that much unofficial information. Even though that's not amazing. They're still missing that second half of the part. Their engines are practically identical, by the way. It's crazy. Yeah, they're basically 30%. It's a 30% difference between the two, because that's the only difference. They just copy and pasted the overall design of Orphe's signature. And to be fair, they made someone who can actually use Anton, because I'm pretty sure she does have 0 damage in her kit, which kind of makes this insane. But then this one gives you 20% crit rate, and well, okay, the stat line should look like, I don't have an A rank agent's engine, because, like, yeah, it's exactly 30 more than these, so 624. But that's exactly 89 less base attack, 10% less regen, and then 20% crit rate versus 80% damage, which is a lot of damage. Chain. Okay, so it's EX or chain, and you get the 10-second buff to basic and dash. And to be fair, this is also the issue with Juyuan's signature versus Brimstone. Brimstone buffs everything. Crit rate buffs everything. Juyuan's signature unironically loses to Johnson Herb Case just because the extra 5% crit rate applies to ultimate and EX and chain attack, you know? So, yeah, I would assume I could just use Orphe's signature for Cyssia if she is really cool with Seed, and I mean, I probably would do that, even though I do want Seed Mindscapes, man. Not only in this is this help her be less cringe on top of just having objective damage. I mean, I can constantly feel when I'm just barely away from getting a punch, and so you just get extra punches, and it's way more comfortable. But then also this is just 20% defense shred, dude. This is just the defense shred version of Bernice's M2, and then it also has all this extra stuff below it, which, I mean, fine. I mean, it's an objective damage boost, but it's also 20% defense shred. And you know who uses defense shred? Orphe. And because I have trigger signature, that Seeds M2 is what would put Orphe into being a rupture agent passively in the team, which is pretty cool. And on top of, I want Seed signature, so you know. Of course, I'm pretty sure the Seed signature is 20% defense shred. I remember that because instead of having a bunch of crit damage like or crit stats in it like Heartstring Nocturne, it supplemented some of that into being electric damage and defense shred to certain attacks, which is also kind of what I wanted for GUN. So it has 10% less defense shred, but it has other things, so it's 20% defense shred, which brings Seed up to 20%, then 45% with trigger, and then 70% with unofficially current iteration of Cyssia. And so she'd be at 90% defense shred with her M2, which is pretty good. And I think one of Cyssia's Mindscapes boosts her defense shred further, so you get that as well. And then you have Rupture Seed, which, I mean, that'll be fun to watch other people use. I would like M2 Seed, and I mean, yeah, that's also further buffing the synergy to Cyssia. It still feels weird though. She would be hard locked to being a Seed teammate, so I feel like a lot of players just did not pull Seed, even though Seed is pretty strong with Orphe. And then she'll be even stronger with the upcoming agent, which is kind of depressing because between the two of these, I only pulled one of their engines. I really wanted Bellico's Blade, or no, Cordis Gemini. For some reason I do remember the name, but yeah, Cordis Gemini or Gemina? I forget if it was the same as Weeping Gemini, or if it was Cordis Gemina, or if it's ended with an A or whatever it was, sorry. But anyway, between the two of these agents, I think Seed is pretty rad, but she has a lot of trickiness to her. But I really loved Orphe, so I got her widget for a reason, man. I would much rather get these two specifically working super strong together through Mindscapes than getting a third agent to replace Orphe, just to have Orphe locked to being a worse version of Evelyn, basically. Which feels lame, but does also make me unironically want Orphe's M1 and M2. Mostly because, man, they way overdid, like, Orphe not having any days and not getting any decibels, so getting extra decibels is just pretty rad. Then also the attack bonus, which, I mean, I guess it matters less, but geez, I'm pretty sure you do get this throughout the entire battle just because of the decibel boost. Agents already get 50% of the decibels the main DPS generates. Sea grape popcorn, what the heck? Is Sakura peach seafood porridge, spicy strawberry braised tofu, or we sometimes try food with bizarre flavors, all chaotically listed in the list of the corner of the desk. Wow! Hey Proxy, want to try my favorite ultra spicy strawberry coconut candy? I've already unwrapped it for you. Soldier Orphe, your weird tastes are gonna scare away all your friends one day. Alright. Epic. Is that 20% attack? 20% attack is what freaking Zhao gets. Which isn't amazing, but it is the decibels that matter, so it might be an extra ultimate. And I don't know what that amounts to with Dylan or Jufufu, or both at once. It could be 2 extra ultimates. Imagine getting an insane amount of ultimates, because jeez, if I had to stay priority on vertical investment for myself, because I mean I like the agents I have, so it'd be nice if they were stronger. Jeez, if I had to prioritize anything, it would be Dylan's M1. I'm still so upset. She gets 60% generation, and her debuff now gives Red Shred, and Zhao is just Red Shred. Even the smallest thing of generate a bit more of her resource, they couldn't do that, which is mind-boggling to me. Like, she couldn't just, like, generate 25% more. She couldn't generate 1 more each time she does generate it, because then EX, she would generate 50% faster passively, but then also EX would give 21 instead of 20, so it's not, like, objectively 50% faster. It's still... I don't know, it still feels so cringe that her M1 was still lame. But yeah, Dylan's is kind of insane because it lets her build up her resource and more consistently let you have that double ultimate from Dylan, so maybe triple ultimate during stun. And Yesheng Guang's boss is stunned for so long that you can actually get that normally at M1, so or M0, so it's, you know, more consistent. Then I'd also want her signature, man. Just for extra crit damage, but then it also a ton more days and personal stats. You know, my Dylan would be with this disc at 100% crit rate, and but then her signature would also give 30% crit damage, so it's not as bad as it looks. She'd be at 140%. I mean, that'd be rad. 30% crit damage, and then 15% Red Shred for the Dylan team.
What kind of fun job have you got me into this time?
Which would be fun. Just a Giga constantly getting Orpheus ults and stun. You might be able to get... you can already triple ult, like I said earlier. I wonder how many more you could do. Just how constantly could you have Orpheus ulting? Because I think I already ran out of time getting triple Orpheus ult and stun.
I'll protect.
Alice isn't a low priority. She's also defense shred. Yeah, and she, yeah, wow, she just refunds 25, which is a quarter, right? Because she needs 100. A blade etiquette. So each bar is 30, right? Or is it 300? I guess it's here then, huh? Yeah, and each bar is 1. Yeah. Yeah, so she's 300 blade etiquette. Alright, so it's not as that amazing, but, you know, a quarter of a bar refilled, which makes, sometimes, yeah, I can be a bit off on how much blade etiquette I need, but, so, Alice's M1 would be nice, but, you know, she won't be back for quite a while, I'm sure. M2 is also quite nice, because she just gets more decibels at the start, and then, right, and then her ultimate is basically a second hold basic, which just means a few more. And so it's just assault damage and disorder damage on assaults, so, which is fine. Yeah, I mean, that's anomaly damage, so it's not like normal damage buffs. But then it's also an extra polarity assault, which is why her M2 is just M1 combined with M2 is just an overall massive power boost. I don't think Yuzuha had defense shred in her kit. You know who does have defense shred in their kit though? Or not kit, but rather their mindscapes for investment. Also, I noticed this. Everyone has different colors for their things and stuff. I noticed hers is a bit rainbow as well. But specifically, the Angels of Illusion are, in particular, are very clearly multicolored in them. That's very interesting to me. But her M1 is 21% defense red. Pretty good. I'm not sure if that's... Also, I can't believe I have an M0 Monato. I'm never using that guy, unfortunately. Alright, maybe I'm going by a bit fast there. Also, I would not mind M2 Grace. She's honestly pretty solid with Bernice. Let's see. Priority on Mindscapes.
I am the
Triggers is it really? It's just 20% stun damage. She gets more. Alright, well, she shoots faster, therefore she gains more purge. Because she has a new maximum, and she has a new maximum purge to counter her faster shots, which is increased days and DPS speed. But then, yeah, 20% stun damage on her buff, which is completely mathical, because it goes from 135 to 155%. So it's not a 20% DPS increase, but it's still really solid and makes her just super solid for most agents. Yes, but I mean, that's probably about even with Astra's M1, which is 18% rush red on top of her decibel gain at the start. I mean, if I cared about getting to... if I cared about Mindscapes over everything, I guess, theoretically, I would have picked Astra's a while ago, right? But, you know, I'm free-to-play, so I can't really afford that. As much as I wish I just wanted to get insanely lucky. Imagine if I just got super lucky, man.
Need a hand? Hey, dear. I'll show you my real value.
Okay, I was wondering who said that line, because I was wondering who I was hovering over when I clicked off, but it was Yanagi.
You have my complete support.
She is pretty cool, and in Shiyu still, she's pretty strong. She was strong enough to get a sub-minute at M0 with buffed Bernice, but that was totally with a Giga shilling to Electric and Fire, and don't expect to ever see that again. Because holy crap, in DA they hate Bernice, dude. It's so cringe. You know, I think the unofficial information that's out there. Also, I feel like at this pace, I probably could have done the story. Oh well. Well, might as well end the stream just talking about this because it interests me. I could probably check on unofficial information, but I mean, it doesn't really matter. They can always change it and adjust it. I wonder if Nangong would have defense shred to match Suna having defense red in her Mindscape. Because that'd be pretty cool to me, at least. Man, I hope we get to play as Suna somewhere else, because I liked reading through her kits like that. I guess I can reference my own stream to if I want to go back and read through her Mindscapes. But I think I said Suna, I meant Arya. But yeah, it's just nice to have characters like synergize in that way. I mean, it'd be nice if Orphe gave defense red that Seed could normally grab, but at least overall they both are defense red agents, therefore they synergize with Trigger using her signature, and then you can get Seed giving defense red to the 2 DPS in the team, which would include Orphe, and like she likes stacking defense red because she's 55% plus Trigger signature brings her to 80%, meaning that last 20% brings her perfectly to 100% defense red, which is pretty cool. I'm pretty sure I literally did read, or just yesterday, read a post because someone asked about how good is Suna's M1, and someone brought a little table on how good the defense red stacking is, and 80 to 100% was like a 20 to 23% DPS increase, which is pretty solid, but, you know, only on a normal defense enemy, which also means it was apparently like a 40% DPS increase on Wandering Hunter tier defense, which, I mean, I use that team on Wandering Hunter, so that'd be pretty sick. But I mean, that sees them too, you know. Unfortunately, Diamond's M1 and Signature is probably the best investment for me right now because, oh, she'd help out my oldest agents, you know? And she'd help out my agents lacking their premier support, because, man, it still feels so cringe. How lackluster Idhari feels without Lucia. What was her M1? Was it just normal? Okay. This was a weird wording, but as far as I can tell, it was just 18% red that the DPS could make use of. But it reads like her only for her personal DPS. But also I also heard the 5% decibel generation rate is also pretty cool because it's everyone's decibel generation by 5%. And one stack of echo. When Gamer's nursery rhyme ends, has any echo left, she reapplies it to all squad members. Cool. Performs a skill upgrade. Interesting. I don't get it entirely, but, you know. Also, I still remember it being said how this art would look if with her old design, and yeah, that'd probably be pretty sick. Anyway.
I can help. Man, heading out for inspiration.
I think her getting a defense shred support is pretty cool. Even if it needs investment. Yeah, no, it's getting ways to stack that up is pretty cool. IMO, especially if you get it with like pair with Nicole, M1 Suna with Nicole, and then any DPS with innate defense shred, probably.
Is something the matter?
Maybe not Orphe, because Orphe with Nicole is 95% defense shred. Can't be Seed, because it's Seed. I don't know. Honestly, it'd probably have to be Alice, and no, she just needs a support. And, you know, and I'm talking specifically about M1 Alice.
Bear witness to the. Where are we going? There's no class today.
Yeah. Unfortunately for Yuzaha, her M1's cool, 10% red shred, but the last part loses value if you aren't using her with signature. Because you need the AM to max out it. Because with this applies to her signature and increases the 20% buffing to 26%, right? That's pretty good. So it's 6% to all that stuff in her additional ability, which includes build up. The anomaly damage and disorder damage buff. Oh, well, to be fair, it's only the anomaly damage and disorder damage buff. So it's just anomaly damage by 6%, but you only get 14.4% anomaly damage and disorder damage. So instead, this is more like 4%. Plus the 10%, which isn't too much. It's a 4% on top of an existing damage buff. Well, anomaly damage buff versus and 10% rush red. So this isn't amazing, unfortunately. At least comparing it to someone like Astra's M1. Astra's M1 is definitely better overall. But then it goes into this free chain attack every so often. Is it mostly just that? It's 15% damage and more build-up rate. Alright, 50% more build-up rate to the buff. And then it also has that chain attack trigger, that which is pretty cool. And hard to calculate how valuable that is. I wouldn't really want it, to be honest. I think the free chain attack is pretty cool, but it's hard to quantify how valuable that is, so I don't really care for it.
I've got your back.
My loyalty lies with the. Hey, don't look.
Man, I mean, it's an M2. So no need to think about it too hard.
I've got
I think harder about Seeds M2, even though it's just 20% defense red. Because, I mean, to be fair, I got Bernice's M2 because I really wanted it. The 20% pen just sounded valuable. And to be fair, it really was. I don't think I'd be able to use a lot of... I wouldn't be able to use Bernice on a number of DA bosses. Namely, my Asthma Fiend, if I didn't get M2. So...
I shall.
Yeah.
Is it time?
Only the brave will win.
It seemed like a good investment.
I can become even.
Wait! Let me grab my field mic before we.
Starlight! Take your. Man is iron, rice is steel. I make a mean chitlins meal. I can become.
But yeah, kind of tier listed. It feels like Dial-In M1 and W Engine should be my highest priority on a rerun. If, you know, nothing else in the proximity is something I would really want to gain.
Officer, I am the Eye of Obel.
Trigger M1 still feels very valuable because plenty of teams, she still feels pretty middling. And I mean, Trigger probably will rerun before I get Jane, meaning Yuzuha, Alice, Trigger would still be my strongest team. And giving that just free extra DPS from Trigger personally, and Daze, and then the stun damage on top of that would be very powerful. And I think Alice's M1 in it, W Engine specifically, or in particular, is something I would want quite a bit. Because I missed the W Engine, and I really kind of regret that I got Sharpened Stinger. It's better than... I'm pretty sure it's better than Phase 2 Fusion Compiler, but it's not that much better, which was really annoying. I feel like I would leave Jane on... I would leave Jane on Weeping Cradle, or would I put Jane on Time Weaver for disorder damage? Ugh. I don't know how that counts. Jeez. I'm pretty sure she has to be out and active, right? She has to be the one to proc the disorder. And so I have to use Alice's hold basic and then make sure Jane gets the... Jeez, I would rather just quick swap Jane in and just Breath Vessel and keep her on Fusion Compiler. I think that makes the most sense to me. So, I mean, yeah, I have a Phase 2 Fusion Compiler. I wouldn't mind getting another copy, which isn't a request from the gacha, the limited gacha. But I wouldn't hate it. Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, Alice is definitely my strongest CPS. She's nerfed in DA because she is that strong. Jeez, yeah. Unfortunately, I want Seeds M2, man. Just for Orphe, dude. And I guess I do want Astra's M1 for this team as well. Because I assume getting Seeds signature would probably make Trigger the usual best teammate for them, but I mean, geez. Dial-In and the averages being as good as Trigger right now, so getting Dial-In's M1 and M1 and signature would be probably the biggest boost to the Orphe C team as well. On top of Evelyn, on top of GUN, Asher's M1 it would also be pretty rad, but I mean, these aren't free. Though, I mean, if they gave a little to select the free mindscape of your agents. Jeez, if they gave a selector for any of your limited agents to get a free Mindscape, I mean, I would probably have to pick Dial-In. If I was based, I would have M3'd Bernice, but no, I'm not. I'm not like that, unfortunately.
What kind of fun job have you got me into this time? Hello, Rep 2493 at your service.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it would have to be Dial-In just for her build-up and Rush Red. Just the build-up boost, making her more consistent with her buff. And making it potent and not unreasonable to get 2 ultimates, or a third ultimate, using her positive reviews, especially during some fights. For certain agents, like GUN. I mean, GUN has a fast ultimate, so she can like fit that in pretty quickly. And I mean, it might make me able to use Puffer Harumasa, even though I don't play Harumasa much, because I don't feel good at him at all. And I assume he does feel smoother with M1. I wouldn't have M1 Harumasa though.
Is it time to clock out?
But getting a bunch of free ultimates with Harumasa just sounds pretty sick. Ooh, sorry. Ooh. I don't know what I'm feeling. I think I choked on a burp and made myself hiccup. But yeah, it'd probably be Dial-In.
Have you got me into this time?
I would really want to pick Alice. Part of me really wants to pick Alice, but that's 1 DPS. My priorities, if I were to get it, my M1 specifically, it would be Dial-In, Astra, Trigger, in that order. And then Alice. But Seed feels like she's possibly coming up, and Seed is really close to Alice in how much I would want Mindscape. M1 specifically, I would probably pick... I would definitely pick Alice over Seed on M1, just because I really want to prepare for the Jane team, even though I won't ever get M2 Jane for a very long time. If anything, I expect this selector. I expect us to get 2 of these tickets, of which I would definitively choose Jane, even though I want Chingy for just for another Orphe team with 2 centers. That I just think that's funny. You know, I like having Orphe supported by DPS agents, but I think.
Let me finish my cup of hot water.
I like how it shows like this. Chingy just has a really good M1 and M2. This is a bit more days, but it's also 28% stun damage multiplier on her 80%, so 108% stun damage multiplier, which is really strong. This is just more defense shred, and it makes her build up her bar a bit faster, which is pretty cool. And then she has the best rush shred in the entire game, and just a massive booster of personal damage, at least for her main skill, which already has a high modifier, which I mean with M5 and M3 would have an even higher modifier than usual. Or GUN. Yeah, just this massive damage resistance down is just, I don't know. I don't think anyone would say she's a bad agent if you get her M6. I mean, obviously most agents aren't, but like Chingy in particular is a very powerful agent at M6 because of just a accumulation of a solid M1, a good M2, and a very strong M6 for team-wide buffing. But from personal enjoyment, I would really like Chingy for experimenting with new teams just to see how she feels and see if I could do anything that feels fun and interesting with it. She has disguise on her elbows. But Jane would be the agent I would definitely want to pull. I mean, M1 is fine, but M2 is where the big boost is. Kind of insane how big the boost is. I don't know why they added defense shred on top of a massive assault boost, like an additional modifier, because stacking different forms of modifiers, how you get good big numbers. but so they added defense shred and crit damage on an attack that normally doesn't crit, which is 2 separate modifiers from the ones you can normally build. So I mean, it's an insanely powerful M2. No idea how they balanced it. They clearly weren't, but yeah. And then this is still good because she still gives not just a build-up boost, but if you just have 300 AP while she's in the passion state, I believe, she just deals 30% more damage, which is pretty good. Build-up and damage. So M1 is still solid. Not for Mono Fizz, but at least for solo DPS, Jane. It easily makes her surpass Hyper.
Should I use this
meaning,
time?
yeah, M2 just makes her insane. And above all, I just think the Alice Jane team is very fun. And I mean, within Hollow Zero, it's clearly powerful. So, and I mean, out of these 3 limited agents, she deserved it the least, to be honest. I still think Chingy can be used, but I remember seeing Kete rant about how less usable she is, and obviously, like, she is completely supplanted by Dylan, like most stunners, like Jufufu, but Chingy in particular is hard to use as an alternative. I think M2 is where she's probably closest to Dylan, but you need to then go all the way to M6 just to surpass Dylan. Like, guaranteed, and even then, the average player might still struggle trying to do that. Still, yeah. I suspect, hopefully we get both of these. I'm so frustrated I got this, man. I regret that. I think it would have been way better for me to get Weeping Cradle, just to get Weeping Cradle up further. Let's see, as it goes all the way to 39.8%. So from, was it? I think it gains like 4%, right? It gains 5, so... No, it probably gains like 5% per... Because it starts at 20.2, so it gains a little less than 5% damage per phase, which is, I mean, adds up. And I mean, as soon as you get it to like phase 3, then it's better than most other. I think it's just better than any other option for other agents, which is why they had to like nerf its usability on it so much. I mean, I wouldn't mind getting Flamemaker Shaker just to try it on Bernice, but I mean, as someone with M2, I really don't want to get a Flamemaker Shaker. I'd rather just further get a Phase 3 Fusion Compiler. I'm pretty sure it goes up to 8. It would go from 15 to 18% attack, which is combat attack, so 3% combat attack, then a bit more AP. I think about 18 more AP should be, because that's how much the difference is between Phase 1 and Phase 2. I mean, Phase 3 would just be pretty sick. Phase 5, and yeah. I mean, I want multiple Phase 5 fusion compilers, to be honest. I just think they're pretty cool. Teapot would be nice for the Rupture teams, but I don't really use her with Itari that much. There are better agents, like Dylan. Jeez, so I'm just flipping a coin between these two. This too, but Brimstone is mostly locked to JUN at this point, and I mean, I would like to get Seed Signature, and I would definitely use Seed Signature on JUN quite a lot when I use her with Nicole. So I think next time, yeah, just stick to these two. I'd much rather get Alice's Signature than slowly build up to Sharpened Stinger. And hey, maybe in 3.0 we get we get this nice and even, and we get 2 more agents added to this. Which, I mean, since Bernice is here, it would probably be Ellen and GUN. No, it'd be Caesar. It actually would just be Caesar. And if it is Caesar, I think I would save, or not save, but actually use it for Tusk of Fury, because that's actually a good Wenjin. You know, I didn't leave this room because I didn't want to look at Box Galaxy, but I mean, I promise I'll end stream soon, but the gadget store has information for me. Easy to read information.
Today. Come check it out and don't miss out.
Yep. Also, yeah, this one's a trap, unfortunately, and I don't think anything they can do to buff it will stop it from being a trap. It's only 35% damage. I keep thinking it's like 7% damage, but that's at P5. This is only for basic attacks and dash attacks because you can hold basic. Or yeah, you can hold to the direction to use the dash attack version of her attack. But if they wanted to make this usable, they'd have to, I think, give her more crit rate. Genuinely, they need to give her the more crit rate. Just for the teams that don't use Nicole. And, I mean, they just need to do what they did for Haru. They need to give her more multipliers elsewhere so that it's more worthwhile to build damage. So, like, more attack, more rush shred.
With all these new surprise box releases.
Jeez. But then they can also give her some defense shred, and then you'd just be more encouraged to get Quartus Germina. Okay, not Gemina, Germina. Which, I mean, that's pretty solid, man. 20% defense shred, 25% electric damage, which means this is GUN, but, you know. For Seed, that's 25% damage over, yeah. It's 25% damage and 20% defense shred versus the 20% crit value that's missing from Heartstring Nocturne. Because, yeah, I mean, yeah, the value is 1-to-1. Or not, it's 1-to-2 crit rate to crit damage. So doubled it up. This is like 30 crit damage versus 50% crit damage. So you're getting 20 crit value versus the electric damage and defense shred. Yeah, so this easily beats out Heartstring Nocturne. Especially because Seed is a low damage and DPS, and I mean, defense shred. Pretty nice, especially when you stack it up. I wanted to look at someone in particular, and I haven't, and I skipped right past it, I'm sure. There it is. Tusk of Fury. A very important thing about this one, it's 18% damage, which is pretty low, but it doubles. It's one of the early W engines that doubles. So you can get the stacks, and then it goes all the way to 24% damage, or days from the whole team. Which, I mean, since Caesar's a quick swap support, basically, she doesn't actually deal that much days, you know, on top of not dealing that much days normally. So I actually would probably get this, even though I don't use Caesar much, and so that's probably a mistake. I still think it's interesting enough to get. It is just damage, though, and it's a below average amount of damage. You need to get phase 2 before it becomes a decent pick. And to be honest, because it has a slightly lower baseline, it doesn't even get to be being as good as a phase 5 of Weeping Cradle. With the exception of the days, because that can be meaningful, especially since it's truly AoE. Yeah, but you can see things like Ice Shade Teapot don't even double in value, so they don't even get as good as a phase 5. They don't get as good as phase 5 Tusk of Fury. These two now, because they start at 25, so now they go up to 40%, meaning they're now better than Tusk of Fury. That one and Dreamlit Hearth also does this. It starts at 25, so it goes to 40%. And yeah, 24% HP increase. That's pretty big for just buffing up Rupture Agents. Which is why it's a modern support engine and needs to power creep the free-to-play options. Because the free-to-play options are too good. Because then you end up making things like Astra's, and then you get 32% at phase 5, 20% at phase 1. This is not worth it at all. do not get Elegant Vanity. You do not need to max out the buff. Yeah, this is just 30% crit damage. Yeah, just when you use 3 EX specials, which unfortunately only she can do. Which is pretty cringe. You can try. Certainly can try with a full energy Fulcra build, but she is the only one who can reasonably do this. I do want to check.
We get new stock in all the time.
Just to check something really quick.
I'm here. You wanna go?
Let's start. You want to test my hammer? Hey, let's.
I shall follow your orders.
Oh, where are the stunners?
I'm at your disposal.
Looking for intel? Or
wanna see the?
You want to test my hammer?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, you know it's good.
I'm pretty sure this first hit is fire, but just in case. Unlimited energy. What I'm looking for. Yeah, okay. Imagine if that first hit was physical, dude. I mean, honestly, there's no reason it shouldn't be physical. And does she turn?
Get lost.
It looks like she hits him with the back of it, right? Because of the way she spins. It would have been absolutely hilarious if that first hit was physical, because technically that would mean Coletta could actually stack it up. She needs to do 3 EXs at once, and which is pretty unreasonable for a full cost, but she at M2 it's definitely not impossible, which would be hilarious. Because, and I mean, not a bad option, because Yesterday Calls is a crit rate Wenjin, meaning if you could stack up the buff fully, this would just be better on Coletta than Miyabi's W engine. Well, yeah, 30 base attack to 30% crit damage. Yeah, that would have been hilarious. And you use raw EX on Coletta, so that'd be hilarious. Imagine if they updated Coletta and she has a 1-2 combo, and within that combo, any EX special that counts as a physical damage. Counts as a physical damage, but counts as doing physical damage because it has a little physical hit. So it can start stacking Yesterday Calls. That would be hilarious. Yeah, Yesterday's Call. The big thing is that massive amount of energy regen it gives. It like 1.5, dude. Heckfire Gears gives 1.2 at phase 5. That's like way higher for no reason. Just to make it easy, just make her easy and comfortable to play, but yeah. I mean, I don't see why I wouldn't get this when it's crit stats, which is impact for her, and just DPS as someone who... She's an agent who uses the a bit of the DPS's offensive stat to deal damage. So crit stats is good on her, and then 30% crit damage, which is... I mean, basically the same value I found in Blazing Laurel. Like, and I mean, it's just a better Blazing Laurel because it's not restricted to fire and ice. Which, I mean, is a bit cringe. But I mean, Blazing Laurel is also an impact W engine with impact on it, so it double dips in being purely for stunning and helping lighter stun. This engine sucks, man. It's only 20% damage. Yeah, technically any stunner can use it, right? EX special chain attack. Yeah, it's just EX chain and ult all deal more days, which is pretty good. Unfortunately, it's on an attack W engine, so that only supplements the fact that the agent wouldn't be having an impact main stat. Which, I mean, not as helpful as it looks then. But then also you have to chain or ultimate to get the damage buff, meaning this isn't even useful on Coletta, because then you have to waste chain attack doing a full rotation, I guess. And you have to make sure Coletta ults every stun, or ults to stun every time. That's not how Coletta plays. They're calculated separately, so this is mostly a 10% damage boost if you give it to Coletta, which is close to worthless. Alright, I did want to check this though. I almost forgot what it was. Oh, okay, so it's 30 AM, right? She goes from 171 to 201, which lets her max out her buff. But it's 60 AP. AoE. Which is fine. Jeez. Actually, yeah, this is okay at best. And no wonder that a part of its value is within... Oh, a part of its value is absolutely in the fact that it maxes out her buff. Because a lot of agents can easily get over... At 400 AP, that's like a... Okay, 300 AP is like a 20% boost to their DPS. Like, it's a 20% boost to their AP. Which makes it sound good, but most of the W engines you use on a anomaly agent will be giving you more AP. And then a lot of the time, DA likes to give even more AP. So it's not hard to get close to 600, which would make this pretty bad. Pretty mediocre at best. Yeah, no wonder Weeping Cradle with stacks, or with increased phases, would just outperform this. Because it's getting that last final boost from just getting Yuzuha's additional ability to the last 5.6% anomaly stuff. Which isn't bad, but yeah, easily not amazing. So no wonder it was easily skippable. And mathematically, this looks like it should be good, but yeah. You can feel the gameplay annoyance by not using Practice Perfection on Alice. You have to use a lot of random specials or EX specials, or be almost spamming dash attacks on her. Which, I mean, I'm pretty sure I spam dash attacks on her way more than I need. I could just keep spamming just in case I was off of her for over 10 seconds. Anyway. So yeah, Quarters Gemini is just really good. Especially since I can actually try it on GUN. I mean, geez. It's so easy to... I get to change my GUN build very easily with the Nicole team. Well, I mean, I already used the Puffer build. It just makes it even easier. Because then this will go from attack to crit rate main stat. And you probably still keep the triple attack build. And it just makes it easier to do it. No, you definitely go crit damage. That's so sad. I'm trying to remember her name. I feel bad that I forgot her name.
Before you leave, as long as you keep your mind fresh, you'll always find something enjoyable waiting for you here.
Is it worth it? I mean, Brimstone can be a very big boost. Like, let's see, was it 7 times 8 is 56, right? And so it starts at 28%. Brimstone is a lot of attack. So specifically, this is definitely better with an attack buffer and definitely a crit damage buffer. So I mean, technically, 2 Quarters Geminis to have for the GUN trigger C team, obviously. Let's see, 40% plus, alright, 60, 85% at defense shred, which is pretty solid and should supplement the low attack you're exchanging it for.
That your luck is out of this world today. Want to give it a whirl?
15% crit rate, and is 15% crit rate equal to 15% combat attack? I don't think so. It depends on how much crit damage you build, I'm pretty sure. I do have a good... My Chaotic Metal GUN is still really solid, even if I keep her on Puffer because of Dylan.
Want to give it a whirl?
Also, I want to close something. Why is it up? I wonder why all that is automatically open. Anyway. Yeah, and also, right,
There's no way my wallet can keep up with all these new surprise bugs.
I'm just frustrated that Lucia feels tied to Idhari. I really wish there was a good alternative to Lucia for Rupture reasons, because I really don't care about Lucia. I kind of don't like her gameplay. She does a bit of something that makes her a bit more annoying to use, where a more standard support just facilitates what I like in like a rotation more.
Having trouble deciding what to buy? I can always give you some tips.
It's fine, man. But yeah, this is just 18% sheer damage and 30% HP, man. Versus 4% crit rate, which I'm using with my current weapon, so it's hard not to want this because it's easily way better than what I'm stuck with currently.
There's no way my wallet can keep up with all these new surprise bugs releases.
And I mean,
Before you leave, why not try your luck?
on agents I'd like to get Mindscapes of. Idhari is definitely up there.
Let's fire it.
Oh, she's up here.
I'll show you
I said
my
up
view.
there.
No matter where we go, meeting you
yeah.
is the real reward.
I think I clearly have a top 4 in agents I want to get the Mindscapes for. 40% crit damage is nice and all. She gives 30% to herself already, though. And the adrenaline boost, it sounds pretty nice. I'm not sure how great it is, but I mean, you just get more adrenaline for doing her normal combos and stuff. So, 0.5 per second. And her current rate is 2. So that thing on the bottom right, her adrenaline generation, that goes from 2 to 2.5. Which is a 25% increase to her passive adrenaline generation. Which might help you fit in another EX special. Basic and EX specials ignoring Rest Shred, so that's just really nice. But then it does all this above here, which also includes, I mean, just helping her get an extra EX special within the stun. And she has this new combo of getting a second EX special, which is pretty sick. I don't know. 435, yeah. So after using the EX special, keep holding the basic attack or special attack button to consume another 35 to do it again, which is, I just think is really sick to change up the combo like that. Especially because you don't actually need to do it. I could just keep spamming basic attack to go into her normal M0 combo. And then, yeah, it all gets this 20% Rest Shred on top of it. This gameplay change. It sounds pretty rad. Also, I heard she had, like, one of the better... Yeah, she just gains more decibels and more HP for herself in Etherfield Wellspring, which is a DPS increase, but yeah. I remember this buff here synergizes with Lucia's M1, which is very funny and understandable. And then she had one of the worst M6s in the game. It was very boring. It was just sheer damage, which is nice. But it was mostly just the sheer damage, dude. The only thing of value is the sheer damage. The withstand combo is kind of negligible in anything that mattered. You just reset the fight in DA. I guess this will make it a bit more comfortable in Lost Void. Ironically, an agent with a better, not a better M4, but one of the better M4s compared to having one of the worst M6s, but she has a good a really good M1 with a solid enough M2. It's hard to value this though, but it's definitely way more valuable with her cheaper EXs from M1, so these combine into being very synergistic with each other, which is pretty sick. Yeah, I would quite like DPS priority. It would be Alice, but she's not coming back in a while, so Seed into Idhari. Idhari is one of my favorite DPS though, so the M1 would be so sick. The thing about Seed is that she M2 benefits Orphe, and I really like Orphe.
I'm here.
I am the...
Is the
I'll pretend my... No
Funnily
matter
enough,
second
of
thought.
all the
Preparing to
agents
move out.
here,
Where are we going?
Yuzaha
Class today?
and Zhao and Evelyn are the least likely I would upgrade. I would get Zhao's M1. I still hate how they did it. But I would get it just because I really like Zhao. But yeah, I have no inclination to get any of these 3 agents' mindscapes.
Want to see the red scarf?
I'd rather get lighters. And I mean, he might have issues with his M1 with how it works. The sun extension going up to 5 seconds. Is pretty cool, but it can cause issue. It just makes Evelyn more easily able to create a combo, maybe an extra chain attack. It's personal damage, which doesn't really matter. So then it's just 10% fire and ice res, which is the thing that matters more. But it might make it harder to get an extra stun based on the fight. But M2 is pretty good. Stun damage multiplier when he doesn't have any innately, and then just even more damage on his damage buff. That's all really good. So I don't know.
So we're good.
Yeah, I think it's 50% damage to be fair, but it's 50% damage combined with 25% stun damage, which is pretty good. So his M2 is really good.
My loyalty. Hey, don't look nothing to
And then that's the end of my limited agents,
I've got you. Hey, nothing.
whom I have favorited. And I only have 2 limited agents that aren't favorited, and one of them is free. Sad. Anyway, I guess that's basically it for the future plans. I hope, because I think it makes sense for Seed to be coming back soon because of a certain agent. Surprisingly,
Officer 148, Juyuan, ready.
I'm not opposed to getting M1. It would be really sick if they did something with her buffs that made M1 even more valuable. And if it was valuable in a way that it was a very tangible and easy to understand why it would be a DPS increase compared to how it is for normal Juyuan, who kind of struggles with seeing value in the burst style. And then, I mean, I feel like I could actually get plenty of value from Juyuan's M1, except not in Nicole teams. I think that's where it's not as valuable unless it's Asher Yao specifically. But Dylan feels like a bigger increase to Juyuan than Juyuan's own M1, or Dylan's M1 is a bigger increase to Juyuan. And then getting her signature would help my lower crit rate Juyuan builds. Yeah, well, also this build was certainly a spectacle. I just don't like looking at this. Put her back on something that looks awesome. Yeah, that's awesome. Alright. Alright. I think enough dilly-dallying. Alright. Thanks, anyone who watched or watching. It's fun chatting and stuff. I'm just gonna say it. Kete adjusted his mods and I got kicked out. Completely understandably. Personally, I know for a fact it's because I noticed his piss jugs, which is unfortunate. The pee jugs were not to be outed, and his mod, doing it of all people, it just made it, I had to be axed, which sucks. But the more unfortunate thing is, I feel like I had good luck pulling for Dylan. I didn't get her signature. I don't think I pulled for her signature because I really wanted just to see Alice and Zhao. Maybe sneak a lucky Zhao, but now that I'm no longer mod, the Nangong Yu luck is looking dicey. Do I pray for good luck? And I mean, if Seed is right after, it'd be quite nice. It'd be quite nice to get lucky on Seed. And if Jane is with Nangong Yu, I'm toast. Also, I feel like I absolutely could have done the main story. My bad. But, you know, it's fun to talk about the game. Even if no one's here to listen, it was fun to talk about it. Hey, you know what? If you're here, talk about what Mindscapes, even if you're free to play, who will probably never get Mindscapes, which one would you want the most for your agent? Obviously, it would be an M6. You know, if I could get any Mindscape for my agent, it would be... I'm actually thinking hard about it. It would not be Alice's M6, I can say that much. Funnily enough. Okay, I'm doing everything in my power not to just go back to that menu and start trying to remember what M6s look like. Because, I mean, I don't use them. To be honest, value-wise, it would probably be Trigger's M6. Hers actually lets her deal a decent chunk more damage, and then it would coincide with M1 and M2. I don't think I would like use a Haas. I already get annoyed by her Aftershock, but I don't think I would care to use the charged attack and wait around on Yuzaha just to get value from her M6. It would probably be Seed because she just gets a chunk more DPS out of her M6. That or Orphe, who similarly gets a chunk more DPS out of her M6, but Orphe is unfortunately butchered, or not butchered, but all of her things are tuned lower because she's a sub DPS, which is really, really frustrating. And she gets kicked out of Sanby teams because Dylan is better. That's so lame. Honestly, I don't even know Dylan's M6, and I won't read it right now because I have to end. I don't have to end, but I should end because I was gonna end an hour ago. I feel bad for anyone who was interested in the story. Now I got to talking about who I would value for Mindscapes on my account. Even though I know my luck, I'm not getting Mindscapes, man. And it comes at the cost of future agents. Like, I was lucky that I didn't care for Miyabi, and okay, well, mostly that was it. I pulled Astra right after. I was going for more because the M1 Astra would have been sick, but then Polka showed up on the drip marketing and I had to stop. I couldn't even get Evelyn back then. But I was able to get M1 Orphe after getting Seed, or Caesar, just by getting lucky, and then yeah. I mean, I just think the game was just newer and we had more polychrome because of the permanent content, and that's how I was able to get a Bernice Mindscape, though it was luck. Which is sure to be killed soon. I already got lucky on my Nangong pull, and my agent 50-50 rate is agent 50-50 rate is higher than my W engine 75-25 rate. I've gotten the limited time agents on average. I've won that more often than I've won the 75-25, which is hilarious. But, you know, it's about to even out. My 50-50 win rate is way too high, unfortunately. Which is frustrating. Which, I mean, I hate my RNG because I just don't get agents, man. If it meant losing the 50-50, I would love double S-rank pulls. Just give me double S-rank pulls. Just give me the limited agent and Coletta. Or, like, Coletta and the limited agent, like, 4-5 times in a row. 4, 5, 6 times in a row. But, like, in the same temple. I don't want to lose the 50-50. Unless I'm actually getting them quickly, which is not happening. And it is pretty depressing. Okay. I am thinking about the M6 agent I'd want most. It'd probably be Seed. Astra wouldn't help get a kill. I mean, she'd help get a kill, but or at least attempt to. But no, I don't think anyone at M6 would suddenly make me able to kill a boss in this game. No, they're tuned way too tanky now, just so that the good proper M0 teams wouldn't be able to get the kill, which is frustrating. I would at least be able to kill Typhon or the UCC if he ever came back, though, if I got M6 seed, and that'd be funny. So yeah, I think M6 seed, especially because I would be able to use other types of teams with her, like Evelyn, and be able to use Orphe somewhere else. I kind of wouldn't mind an M6 Jane. I think M6 makes her do something like an aftershock. She actually comes on field to do a big hit, but it doesn't really matter. I think it's based off of her AP though, so she doesn't need to build crit stats. Unlike Alice, which is why you don't want an M6 Alice. Just get the M2 and then that's all you need. Because her baseline is so high, having a good M1 and M2 just makes her pretty nutty. I guess if it's any obtainable agent, M6 Xingyi would be sick. Alright, I'm betting the bullet. I'll check. What's your M6? I know Zhao's is pretty worthless. If they enter through an ultimate, if Dylan makes someone enter an alternate, they get aftertone. Landing an attack causes Dylan to deal an additional instance of... Okay. Of her own attack. Okay, so the next 12 attacks deal a chunk of damage. Wait. An ally that gains the aftertone attack. Okay, wait. Well, the ally gains the aftertone effect, meaning while they're dealing damage, they deal... when they land an attack, so actually this is not great for Orphe, especially for that, I mean, it's fine for Orphe, because you'll be on Dylan, and they'll still proc Dylan's bonus DPS, but then in that triple ultimate team, you don't really get a big use of this buff. Jun would definitely make good use of it, though, because then you come in with the ult, and doing a full chain, you would probably go to Nicole, then back to Jun, and she unloads her bullets, ends with an EX special, goes back to Nicole to swap back to Jun, consume more bullets, and so you probably consumed most of the stacks by this point, and then an M1 Dylan would be able to send another ult, and then you do it all over again, and then ult to finish the combo, and then that doesn't gain the aftertone effect because it's the normal ultimate. Yeah, that's pretty. Yeah, it'd probably be M6 Xingyi. If I can magically make any of my agents M6, it would be Xingyi. And being a gamer is purely because she'd best enable all my other agents. Her M6 seems the most valuable. It's only based off of her attack, so you have to build her stats. That phrasing means it would still be based off of the DPS's crit stats. Oh hey, she gets free attack with overwhelming positivity, which means that's in here, right? Yep, with her damage buff. Oh wait, also I forget her crit damage. Her EX special has 50% crit damage. Does that mean since her M6 constant EX special gets this crit damage boost? That could be what it implies, which is hilarious. I completely forget she has that. So for her, the majority of her damage, which is EX special, that's a 130% crit damage Dylan, 160%, and she'd be very close to 200%, but 193% crit damage for her EX specials if I were to have signature, which is hilarious and makes complete sense.
Hello, Rep 2493 at your service.
Huh. Yeah, that's very funny.
Hey dear, what kind of fun job have you got me
Alright,
into
well,
this time?
now I know that without a doubt, Dylan's M6 is the one I would want to get. That thing sounds very nutty and would probably make some of my M0 agents close to being able to kill. And I say close in regards to someone like Jiyuan, but probably actually get the kill with someone like Evelyn. How many attacks does she do? You would, jeez, and you'd have to make room for the third ultimate within the stun, which is probably hard, but yeah, that'd be insane. Anyway, enough dilly-dallying. Thanks to anyone who watched for watching. I'll long for things I will never be able to obtain, like every other human on this planet. Say lovey. Thanks to anyone who watched for watching. I hope you had a great, wonderful day, week, month, year. Sorry, got the water bottle. Just grabbing things as I'm ending up fidgeting around, man. Alright, yeah. Cool. Hope you all have a great night. See y'all later. Bye. I didn't get OBS ready to say bye. Yeah, that was a Ghost Robo. Goodbye. I can't hate on him. He was my childhood. Unironically. For some reason, the Let's Player I watched. Evolve was sick though, dude. Anyway, gosh, I talked about Mindscapes for over an hour. Oh well, sorry. Bye.